106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it. It's 106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas.
Welcome to the Goddamn Podcast with Drew and TJ. Let's get this goddamn thing started.
You're goddamn right.
Jesus. We made it. God damn it. It's the exact same issue as last time. And again, the issue solved itself. I didn't actually change anything. You just have to click through it a couple dozen goddamn times. It just took a little longer this time. It really is, like, no bullshit, a YouTube error. It's something with their stuff. It's either them or XSplit. I think it's YouTube. Something with authenticating the key in the channel and all that jazz. Anyways, we got Dark Matter here. Dark Matter.
Yeah, there's some serious banging going on.
On my end?
Yeah.
No shit.
Hang on, let me get this screen up. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, because I can't see anything.
It sounds like something like banging against the microphone.
Yeah, I don't even see my levels moving.
Not right now, but when you were talking earlier, there it goes.
It's doing it now?
Yeah,
okay.
Right now. Oh, it stopped.
It stopped?
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if it happens again so I can adjust it. The missus got me a new mic. We had it last week, but yeah, she got me one, kind of an early Christmas present. Wanted me to try it out, and I liked it so much I was like, no, I got to keep this thing. So nice little J Labs. It sounds good. I haven't heard. Yeah, I hadn't heard the banging, but hopefully that's fixed. TJ, you're muted.
All right, sorry about that. It actually sounds like it's rocking back and forth on your desk or something.
Yeah.
Like it's not. Is it in a stand or something?
Yeah, it's on a little tripod.
It sounds like it's rocking back and forth, and like when you maybe move around your mouse or something like that. Like there's I don't know. It's picking it up, but it seems to be better now. So we'll move on. We'll deal with that shit when it comes along, just like we deal with the YouTube bullshit when it comes along every fucking time. So let's get this some announcements out of the way here. We just did the patron show. Wednesday?
Thursday.
Is that when we did it? Thursday. Anyway, it was
Wednesday. You're right. I'm sorry.
It was wow.
Yeah.
We have covered some bad movies. This was the worst movie I've ever seen. The movie we covered, Manos.
The Hand of Fate.
Hand of Fate. It was 0% Rotten Tomatoes, 0%. That's the fucking score for this movie. Nobody that has seen this movie was like, banger of a movie. Nobody. Ever. Terrible movie. But we sat through it. We fucking, we laughed at it. We had a good time. And then, of course, we covered a lot of other content. It wasn't, what was it, like an hour?
Yeah, it was just over an hour. It felt like 3.
It was terrible. Whoever edited that movie, like the Chinese government would have a lot to do with your execution if you worked for them. Put it that way. In other news, though, big salute to our supporters. We appreciate the fuck out of it. I'm sorry that the last one we watched kind of a painful movie, but there's a ton of good shit in every episode, and we always cover. In fact, there's a couple we might play in this episode because they were pretty good. The Streamlabs. I've been promising new Streamlabs for fucking ever. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I made it happen. I squeezed out 4 new Streamlabs and Drew is putting them in the description right now.
Right now.
If you don't see them refresh or whatever you have to do, and you'll see the 4 new Streamlabs options. They are the options that are in all caps. And they are all 4 dark matter related. There's no getting around that. It's just gonna happen. The guy says too much gold for me not to want to hear it over and over and over. I made them all affordable. I think they're like from just under $5 to just under $7. Nothing crazy, but I would love to hear those new Streamlabs options tonight. So please do make your best effort to make that happen. Streamlabs will be open the entire episode as usual. Should be good to go now. You should have the new list in the description if you refresh. And Streamlabs actually changed their setup, which was kind of a pain in the ass for me. Mm-hmm. But I think I figured it out enough to make this happen. So we'll see. We'll know soon enough. Because if somebody leaves one of the new Streamlabs, we will all know exactly when it happens. I think that's about it. Stephen James, if you're listening, I believe you sent me an email for a link to the last patron show, but I don't know if you actually sent us any money last month, and that's kind of what it takes to get access to the patrons. If I'm wrong, if you sent me money or sent us money, let me know. I will correct that and give you access to it. But it's not just hey, I paid you $5 one time. I think that's not how that shit works.
Nice try, buddy.
Yeah, I mean it's a continuous thing. And if you did and I'm wrong, then I apologize ahead of time because, dude, I got enough on my plate. Let me tell you what happened to me today. As if I don't have enough on my plate. So I'm the kids are sick. They are and they are just, if I'm going to be miserable, everyone's going to be miserable. That's the attitude. So I have gotten exactly 9 hours of sleep over the past 3 days. I am exhausted and I'm just kind of halfway nodding off on the couch. I'm that tired. And there's a banging on my door. I answer the door and it's my the boyfriend of my new neighbor. And he's like, bro, someone just stole my car. And I'm like, what? And I noticed the car last time I was there. It's a fucking brand new Honda Accord, sport model, nice car, brand new, 2020. And I'm like, oh shit. And he's like, yeah, my phone was in it. Can I borrow your phone? And I'm like, yeah, here. And next thing you know, we're talking, the cops showed up really quick, but in the meantime, I was like, well, look, I got cameras here, and they're not faced at your driveway, but I can at least see if someone walked up or when it drove off. You know what I mean? There's only one way out of the neighborhood here. So the cops show up and he's talking about, he's like, I could show you my security, but I need my phone, and my phone was in the car. And it's so new that basically the idea is it's a push start, but when you have the key fob in your pocket or whatever, if you're more than 10 or 15 feet away, it automatically locks the doors while it runs because you've got the key fob in your pocket. That's how, fresh all these vehicles are and shit. Well, I guess he was standing right on the inside of the door. So it was close enough that the doors were unlocked. And when we checked my video, it's 3 kids riding their bikes this direction. And then one of them walks back this direction. All of a sudden, the car the reverse lights come on and it's and gone. And they said, and they left his bicycle in my other neighbor's driveway. And then when the cops showed up, they're like, yeah, we found 2 other bikes on the side of the road up here. I'm like, dude, who does that anymore? We don't live in the joyride society anymore. Literally, like the car will track you. The phone that was in the car will track you. You'll be lucky if his fucking like headphones don't track you. You can't just do that shit anymore. Mind you, they left 3 bicycles with their fingerprints all fucking over them.
Stupid.
Yeah, and like the one bicycle, because the cop was like taking all the information, and as he's getting back into his car, he's like, "Oh shit, I forgot that bike. Don't touch it." He's like, "Hold on, I'm gonna put on gloves and I'm gonna call the unit." And they actually collected the bicycles to freaking like do a legit like check of them on the serial numbers or fingerprints or whatever, what the fuck ever. But like, you were so stupid that you. On a whim, I'm talking about these kids rode their fucking bikes by and like within 20 seconds had made the decision. One kid kind of pointed back towards the car and within 20 seconds they were in the car and gone. All right. And he left it out there running. They're not like super master geniuses that jump started a car or some shit, or I'm sorry, hot wired a car or some shit. No. He had left it running, but that's because he literally ran inside to let the dog out real quick, and then, like I said, he was right on the inside of his door. So yeah, it gone. And I don't know, like, do you just miss the 3 meals and a fucking cot? Did you just come from jail and you miss it? Because there's no way you were getting away. Like, you don't have a chop shop set up nearby. Like, you just don't for a brand new fucking Honda Accord that they are tracking. You know what I mean? Like, and he was tracking his phone, but I'm guessing that they threw the phone out at some point because the phone was tracking between 2 houses. And it kept going back and forth between the 2 houses. And I'm like, it's either lying right on the property line, or one guy found the phone they threw out and is asking his neighbor if he knows how to make it work because he's got it locked on his end. Because that's technology nowadays. You lose your phone, you can lock it from another phone, or it's all, there's no like, I'm going to make a bunch of money. Like, look at this new phone, I'm going to sell it on eBay. Nope, it's going to be locked and blacklisted because it's stolen. And look at this, check out this car, bro. It's probably got fucking LoJack, or for you youngins. LoJack is the original like GPS tracker for cars, so they can check like. And unless you know exactly where it's located, I'm just blown away at how like I thought joyriding was a thing of like the 90s and early 2000s, and that like once the technology caught up, everyone would be smart enough to know this. We cannot get this thing far away enough, fast enough to outrun the fucking GPS. You know what I mean? They'll know the last place the GPS was active, and they will fucking perform a full investigation, especially if it's like a garage or some shit. You know what I mean? Like a mechanic shop where are you sure you're not stripping cars? Because the GPS was active right up until it was in your fucking lot. And then all of a sudden it wasn't active anymore. Like, they're not dumb. And I got video of it. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can or should show you, because it's literally evidence that I pulled up for the cop, but I have it saved.
The cops only watch this podcast when they're trying to track down new ISIS recruits linked to dark matter.
Yeah, no, and if the cops are watching this podcast, first of all, welcome to the goddamn podcast. I don't give a shit who watches. I don't care what your profession is. I don't care if you're a fucking professional skin flute player like Dark Matter. You know what I mean? Like, that's do you, boo. I don't give a fuck. But do you, boo? All right. But like the cops, as far as I'm concerned, show up, did a thorough investigation, and then like when I told him I had cameras, he's like, "Oh, you got cameras?" And I was like, "Bro, I have cameras, but the app that I use on my phone for them is trash. I might have to go inside and look at my computer." And then I started looking on my phone, and I actually got it to work. And I was like, and here it is. I was like, here's the clip you were looking for. Here's like the most important 60 seconds. And he's like, I'm going to need that for evidence. And like, not the phone, the clip. And I was like, yeah, sure. Do you have like something like a flash drive or something? He's like, sure. Went to his car, got me a flash drive. And this is the best part. When I plugged it into my computer, it's like has all the other shit that he's dealt with this week. You know what I mean? It's like petty larceny, 7-Eleven, like all the other bullshit. But he's like, just do me a favor and label it like auto theft, and put the name of your street on it or whatever, so I can narrow it down and not have to search through. I was like, no problem. Not only that, I edited down the 11-minute clip down to the minute and 18 seconds that you needed. So he's like, I appreciate that. Poor dude, these poor guys, they do nothing but like, he's like, someone stole my TV. Ma'am, did you leave your front door open while you left the house? Yeah, okay, we're gonna go find that TV for you, right? Like, I feel bad for him in a way. I mean, you did ask for it. That's pretty much what you asked for as a career. Like when I said I wanted to be a chef, I didn't think like, oh, dude, you know what's going to be fun? Doing the same shit over and over and over and having people complain about perfection. Well, guess what? That's every career. Every career is tough. Anyone out there that's like, cops don't get enough appreciation. Bullshit. Cops get a ton of appreciation. Like I've had bad altercations with the cops and I still appreciate the fuck out of them. You know who really doesn't get appreciation? Like the trash guys, the garbage truck dudes. Those kind of guys get no appreciation. Like none. How many people are fucking like, thank you for your service when you show up to fucking dump out my fucking dirty baby diapers? Yeah, nobody. Like nobody. That's a truly underappreciated and highly necessary career. But like cops, highly necessary, but totally appreciated. And they did a good job as far as showing up quickly, taking like, they weren't just like dismissive about it. They were taking all the information they could get. They took the serial numbers of all the stuff that he had in his car because he still had the fucking like boxes and receipts for it. Yeah. So good luck, buddy. I hope you get your car back quickly. And he's like asking the cops, like, how long do you think this is going to take? I was like, bro, they won't give you an answer, but I'll tell you at least 24 hours. they ain't gonna fucking find it up the street like in perfect condition and they're gonna drive it back and like leave it in your driveway. That ain't gonna happen. They're gonna fucking perform an investigation and then they're gonna search for it. And if they find it ditched, then they're gonna fucking call a tow company who will eventually show up to it, and then they'll call you to say, hey, you want it dropped off at your house or you want to pick it up at the lot. And it's gonna take some time. So give it at least 24 hours. I was like, get ready to call an Uber for work tomorrow.
Isn't that like the most common thing they do nowadays? Is they just like strip it?
So when they can, there's expensive parts of the car that you can take easily. The centerpiece airbag of the steering wheel is worth quite a bit of money. The wheels, anything that is not going to be able to be tracked. The frame and transmission and all that, you're going to have time to drop all that. If you're trying to make quick work of it, if you're trying to make real quick work of it, you're fucking taking it and you're taking whatever's inside of it. You're assuming because it's a brand new car that it's got a brand new everything, like brand new phone, brand new whatever else inside, maybe a laptop, whatever else you can grab, and then going from there. And then you're going to do a quick ditch and run with the goods from the car. The goal is not the car itself.
Right.
It's basically a smash and grab, but it's just a grab and grab. They grab the car and then they grab the shit from the car. They ditch the car and then you're just happy to get your car back or whatever. And you know, but again, the phones and stuff nowadays, it's not like you just steal someone's phone and it's good to go. They will literally just cancel that fucking phone. They'll be like, oh, it's not in your possession anymore. No, someone stole it. Okay. Phone blacklisted. Done. You cannot unlock it. You cannot make it work with anything. You can't even make the fucking Wi-Fi work. Done. It'll tell you to fucking take it to your local service provider to have it reset or whatever. And even then, I don't think they can do that. Like they probably have to send it back into whoever, you know, manufactured the phone. It's done at that point. They really have strict software nowadays. Just dumb shit. Just really dumb shit. Anyway, regardless, I told him if he wanted a Honda that no one would steal, I have one for sale.
That reminds me. That reminds me of that show. Was it Bait Car?
Oh yeah,
Where they would lock like the cops.
that wasn't even. Yeah, that wasn't even like a show originally. That's just like what cops did. They would set up bait cars in high theft, like car theft areas, and leave the. You know, they would stage all kinds of fun shit. Two people getting into an argument and then leaving the car there running with the door open or whatever. And people would be like looking at it for 10 minutes before someone finally rolled up and was like, I'm taking it. And of course, you done fucked yourself. Like, what were you gonna do? That's the thing. Look, jacking a bicycle is one thing because nobody's got like a GPS tracker, and you know you can ride it around without anyone checking the serial number for a long time. You know what I mean? A car.
Yeah, it was
the
so
VIN
good,
numbers.
though.
It was
so good because like they would get in there and you know they've got cameras catching every angle of everything that goes on in there.
Yeah, they'd be like, I didn't do it.
Yeah, and then these motherfuckers would get like halfway down the road, so we can see everything. You can hear every word they're saying.
I'm jacking this car, and then they're like the officer shows up. They're like, sir, I swear I wasn't jacking this car.
Like,
you know what I mean?
The playback. I'm jacking this car.
Yeah, it's stuff that you will never win in court.
Yeah, dude,
you have a better chance of beating what's the show To Catch a Predator.
Oh,
you got a better chance of beating that rap than beating the fucking bait car rap. You're done.
The bait car thing is like they have absolutely everything they need for a total slam dunk case on your ass. And then they just like when they're ready, when they're done fucking with you, they just like remote shut off the engine and have you pull over, and then they lock you in the car where you can't unlock it from the
exactly inside. Everything is remote control, so they have an unmarked vehicle with all the like local control. So it's not even like from a satellite like LoJack is. It's local control. You be within 200 feet of them and it'll work. And so they'll literally drive in an unmarked car behind the bait car and let these motherfuckers think they got away with it for like a quarter mile. And then they're like and then it's the cops behind me, and the passenger is always like, well, go. He's like, it won't go. And they're like, get out, bail. And they're like, the door's locked, unlock it. It won't unlock. Same fucking script every time.
And then you'll see the dude sit there and like try to bust the door open so they can like haul ass.
No, it's like three like pushes on the door, and then the hands go up. And they realize it's over. It's done.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you that the cop, I don't know for what reason. I guess because I was a witness because of the cameras or whatever. But he asked for my ID, and I was like, look, if I got warrants, don't take me in for being a good citizen. And we had a good laugh about that. And he's like, but seriously, if you have warrants, I'm taking you in. I was like, but seriously, if I have warrants, I don't know about them. So, and also, do warrants from other states count?
TJ's wanted in like half the union.
In 49 states. Why the fuck else would I be stuck in Florida, sir? Why else would I not just move the fuck out of Florida if I wasn't wanted in the other 49 states? Come here, cat. Here. You wanna be up in my shit? Let's be right up here.
Oh boy. All right.
Don't act like you're scared. Don't act like you're scared. You're purring, for fuck's sake. You can't be in too bad of a shape.
So yeah, we watched a horrible movie on our Patreon show, but we also watched this other douchebag watching a horrible movie on our Patreon show. You remember that, Tej?
Which one?
We watched a douchebag who was watching another horrible movie.
Oh yeah, that was part of our Patreon show. Yeah. It was some dumbass that like thought it was 2009 and was trying to do like a current commentary on God's Not Dead.
Sounds fucking brilliant.
It was far from it. In fact, we were bombing your fucking show, and you were too busy like jerking off to Kevin Sorbo to even notice us in the chat.
Yeah.
And I have one word for you, Dark Matter. It's disappointed.
That movie is so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we were saying though, because we caught some of your stream in like our second hour, so we'd already watched like a pretty much a solid hour of that Manos movie.
Dude, and I'm
so
talking the
fucking
worst
bad.
movie ever. 0%. And I was like, after watching 20 minutes of you, I was like, yo, let's go back to that terrible movie.
So wait, so was it a movie that was so bad that it was
It's like
entertaining, or was it
late? No. So bad it's bad. Not
that
so bad
sucks.
it's good. And it was late 60s, and it was the top #1 bad movie on a list of 10 movies, of which like 5 of which we'd already covered. And the other one was like the Room. You know what I mean? Like bad movie, but it's #1. And I was like, oh, okay, let's check that out. It's like, okay, how long was it, Drew? 65 minutes?
No, it was like an hour and 8 minutes.
Yeah, okay. So what it felt like is that they made a movie, and when they edited it, it was like 38 minutes. And what they did was they're like, oh, we got to pad this runtime. So what you should do is, instead of cutting all these scenes like they should be, just leave a big awkward beginning and end to everyone's lines.
Yeah, dude, it was like the cameras kept rolling and like the actors were just like staring at each other.
Dude,
for, like, an
there
extra, like, 10
there were
seconds.
spots where they asked someone a question, and then there's a 5-second fucking pause after they fucking ask the question, just focus on them. Then it goes to the person they were asking the question to, and there's a 5-second pause, and then they answer it like, yes. And then there's a 5-second fucking, it stays on them for, it's like, seriously, 11 to 12 seconds for someone to say no.
Yeah,
It was awkward.
Nothing redeeming about it. It was just really painful to watch.
It was really painful. It was the first so bad it's bad movie we watched. All the other ones were so bad they were entertaining. This one was so bad it was painful.
I would put God's Not Dead in a category of so bad it's entertaining, because there's plenty of shit to laugh at.
And also one of the things that we talked about when we were watching it, because I haven't seen God's Not Dead in a long time, but I'm like, at least this thing is structured like a movie. At least it fucking flows.
This one starts off and they just like, it's a family pulled over on the side of the road talking about how it's getting dark and cold. And I'm like,
the whole first like 20
what?
minutes of that movie is just establishment shots.
Yeah,
No dialogue.
And
And
it's
shitty
a
soft like 60s jazz.
no, smooth jazz for everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm talking about like it's a chill scene, smooth jazz. It's a scary scene, smooth jazz. It's an upbeat scene, smooth jazz. It's fucking smooth jazz. Like I said, it's like if I listen to nothing but like black metal, right? And they're like, yo, we need you to do a soundtrack for a movie. And I'm like, I know all the right songs, all right? I got a sad black metal, and upbeat black metal, and fucking like fast-paced black metal. Like but it's all the same genre of music. And when it's smooth jazz, it sticks out like a sore thumb. To a smooth jazz aficionado, it might sound like fucking 8 different kinds of music.
You know what?
But to a fucking the rest of us, it sounds like, just play a moment. Just give the man and it's not even good.
I'll
smooth.
tell you, the scene that I want to play is when like his wives are fighting.
That doesn't sound that bad.
It's bad, buddy. It's
get
not
ready,
as good.
pal.
It's just like you're like a bunch of asses sticking through a hole in a wall, and you're like, that doesn't sound that bad. And then you're like, but they're your fucking family, and you're like, oh Jesus, that sounds like something Dark Matter would be into.
So just play some smooth jazz with it.
Ready?
Asses through the hole in the wall with
Smooth jazz.
You are all mad, the whole lot of you. The man, yes. The child,
I'm having
no.
flashbacks.
This is some brilliant acting.
Yeah, this scene goes on for like 15 minutes.
15 minutes, huh? That sounds like just enough time. Hang on.
There's your jazz, all right? So it's an action scene, so they kind of just sped it up.
Dear, don't come in here. I'm busy.
I'm jerking off to Kenny G at times.
Yeah, so basically they soft slap, push each other down for like 15 minutes. Yeah.
This is just like how real fighting is.
That's exactly. You've never seen a witch coven fist fight before, Dark Matter? This is what
My
No.
favorite is how I called the twist ending before it happened. I'm like, they're gonna try and save this movie with a twist ending.
Dude, spoilers! I've been.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to.
yeah. Yeah, dude, you'd be happier if the twist ending
Oh,
was a
shit.
good action at the end.
Mrs. DM came in. Why are you screaming for me? I'm not. I told you not to come in. They were. They were. They were.
Yeah, explain. No. I want to hear her explain it to his wife.
They're waiting for me to explain it to you. They were showing a scene from a bad movie they watched on their last patron show. Apparently, there's a 15-minute fight between a bunch of broads, and I was like,
No. Explain it. It's they're all wives to a Satanist, like
they're all
whatever.
wives to a Satanist monarch.
a cult leader.
Okay,
Cult leader.
I'm going to read now, guys.
All right, you
All right.
have fun, dear.
No.
Bye,
Bye. Hey, look, just be glad you didn't have to explain fucking incest butt wall porn this time, sir.
All right.
Just a shitty 60s movie. Anyway, that was a small taste of what you missed. No matter how bad that movie was, we kept going back to it rather than watching Dark Matter cover God's Not Dead, just so you know. So even a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes is better than a Dark Matter Twitch stream.
And
I guess this is my point.
Another quick reminder that there are a lot of new Streamlabs options for anybody who just joined. They are the all caps in the description.
All caps, and they're good. Look, guys, I didn't spend. There's no pre-show tonight because I was so busy doing these. I'm behind. I should have done them a long time ago, but there's 4 of them, and they are fucking fantastic, and I'm excited for whoever gets to use one first. It's the ones in the all caps. I believe and they're all like under $7. They're between like $5 and $7. I tried not to be too crazy about it. All right.
Yeah,
We've got our options are DM's best buddy, DM the protester, where DM has hair, and DM's incest game show dream. Oh, they're all fantastic. Anyway, so
And all clearly pieced together through editing.
I don't
actually, I squeezed all 4 of those fucking Streamlabs out in like 40 minutes. So not a lot of editing involved. And that's mostly because I have to record the audio and then make that audio available to Streamlabs, and then I have to fucking set all the fucking Streamlabs options up, and that takes more time than anything. So each of those things takes me about like 10 to 15 minutes to set up.
Wouldn't it be hilarious, everyone, if that 40 minutes of work didn't pay off at all whatsoever? Just 40 minutes of wasted time. I mean, it is 40 minutes of listening to my smooth voice, so I mean it's not 100% wasted, but
I would literally rather listen to smooth jazz.
well, isn't that the same thing? Think about it. I mean,
No, it's not. And if nobody else uses those Streamlabs, I'm gonna be. In fact, I'll make a deal. If nobody uses any Streamlabs tonight, I'll fucking just take Streamlabs off the chopping board. All right, Dark Matter, since you're so fucking cocksure that would be a great. If nobody uses a single Streamlabs tonight, I will just stop using Streamlabs from here forward. All right. That's a heavy bet.
The nuclear
sir.
option.
Yeah, heavy bet.
That's like Dave Rubin's bet. Did you hear his new bet?
What is it?
He says if Biden serves all 4 years, if he's inaugurated and serves all 4 years, he will retire and you will never see him again.
Dude, it's gonna, and then he's gonna pull a fucking Lindsey Graham and be like, look, use my words against me, and then fucking a couple years later, he's like, that's not what I meant, because there's no accountability anymore. That's the thing. There's accountability, and is been tossed by the wayside. If you fucking say some shit like, I'm gonna move to Canada if Trump gets elected. If you said that shit, right? Like, but then Trump got elected and you didn't move to Canada, and then like with Trump's like, expect a lot of things to happen between now. Did you hear about, what was it, Wisconsin? Trump put forth $3 million to have a recount, because you got to pay for them to recount it. And unless they find some fault, in your favor, you don't get a refund on that. So they did one in Wisconsin. I think it was Wisconsin. You know what they found? They did find a fault. It was 87 additional votes for Biden.
Yeah, they did that, and then that happened in 2 different states where they found more votes for Biden, right?
So, like, and Rudy Giuliani is the guy out there explaining this to everybody for you. Are you trying to like be a laughing stock? Are you trying to like whittle down your followers to only the ones that will die for you? Because that's pretty much what you're doing.
There was a guy who
Jim Jones, and he's like, look, only the people that want to die when they drink the Kool-Aid. You're the ones that drink the Kool-Aid, okay? Like that's the level we're at right now. It is beyond like weird politically.
There was a guy who donated $2.5 million to Trump's legal defense fund, and he wants his money back now because he's not happy with the results.
You need to look up the word donated.
Yeah,
you dumb fuck.
It's not how this works.
You dumb fuck. You realize that like Trump bragged about donating to both sides, both political candidates, like both presidential candidates back in the day. And he's like, you know why? Because I wanted them to feel like they owed me, no matter who won. Right? But that's not how. Like, you don't get to say like, that's how I'm just playing the game. And then now you're like, I don't like the rules. The rules are mean. What a bunch of snowflake crybaby bitches. I've seen people be like, this is the candidate I support, and if they lose, man, that's disappointing, but whatever. And then I've seen Trump supporters who are like, if he loses, it's because they rigged it. There's no way that man can lose. He is just the best fucking thing. Like, and I'm like, what's wrong with you? What is wrong with you that this is the best we can do is fucking Trump? At least say like, the best we could do is someone like Trump, but that's not stupid. If you said that, I'm like, oh, okay. So you're based on the policies. No, this is like a fucking cult of personality, where these people are like out there buying Ivanka Trump purses, even though they don't have any fucking girlfriends to give them to. It's like a crazy fucking weird thing that we're witnessing, and it totally makes sense for everything else that happened throughout history. Throughout history, we're like, dude, how could people be so dumb? But no, we're witnessing it right here, right now, today. Mm-hmm. This same kind of dumb that they'll look back like a couple hundred years from now and they'll be like, how could, they're like, so they love democracy, but they don't want democracy to happen, right? But they were too dumb to see that that's the position they were in. And like, we see it as it's happening. Every moment in history where you're like, how could they be so dumb? I guarantee you there was a bunch of people like, how are we currently being so dumb? And no one listened to those people. And they pushed forward with the idiocy until, history looked back on it like, how embarrassing.
Yeah. I mean, there was people back during
what
the.
Was that?
What?
The screeching eagle?
No.
I think
I didn't hear
it. Yeah. I heard the screeching eagle. You heard it too.
No, I didn't.
There it is. See?
I don't hear anything.
Vince knows. Never stop, TJ. Thank you.
Yeah, I think.
What?
Yes.
What?
I don't hear anything, honestly.
Dude, is TJ hearing shit that we're not hearing, or what?
Yeah, apparently.
I'm seeing it on the screen right now.
Yeah, I mean it's on the screen, but I didn't hear.
I just heard Snake Eyes. You never heard? Okay, I am hearing shit. Apparently, I mean I'm not hearing shit. It's coming through on my fucking headphones. I heard three. I heard 3 different Streamlabs or options come through, and one of them was like, Snake Eyes. I shit you not, like a cowboy saying Snake Eyes.
Dark Matter. Are you writing down the time and the date it finally happened?
I've snapped.
Finally, one too many.
I mean, I guess maybe next time it happens, I'll just put my headphones up to the microphone so you can hear it. I'm not dicking around. Thank you, Vince.
It's just
I will never stop. Just so you know,
it's just like neither Moses with the burning bush.
My headphones, apparently. What is it?
Your headphones are TJ and his headphones are like Moses with the burning bush.
No, it's I'm gonna guess it's because I still have the alert box options open on Streamlabs on my end, and that's where the hiccup came through. But I heard 3 different, and not usually the type that I use, like the audio that I use. It's like the standard audio that you get to pick from, not the personally uploaded audio, which obviously is what I use. So I don't know. We'll go to click to a different part of, and we'll see if it changes anything. Not a big deal. And I appreciate it. It's really ironic. Which one did you guys hear anything?
No. I did once I refreshed it, but it was like a short thing. I did not hear an eagle. I did not hear nothing about Snake Eyes.
I heard it was like caw, and then like someone rolling dice and then saying haha Snake Eyes, and then there's one other thing at the end, and I heard all 3, and that like as the Streamlabs play, I figured you guys heard it too. Right?
Me, Dark Matter, and everyone who's commented in the chat has heard nothing. So this has got me worried.
You all think I'm absolutely crazy, obviously, because from your perspective, I'm just like, yeehaw, Snake Eyes. You know what I mean? But on my end, I'm hearing these audio options from Streamlabs, so I don't know what is going on. Anyway, Vince, I will never stop. I will never stop being what I consider fucking commonsensical. I just cannot. I cannot blindly be like, well, to each his own. Like, to each his own is for fucking personal shit. Like, I like iPhone. Well, I like Android, and to each his own. I like coffee. Well, I like tea. To each his own. That is not the same as like, well, I think that, slavery is okay versus I think that's bad. That's not to each his own. That's like, holy fuck, we should probably do something about that. You can have your personal fucking opinions and voice your personal opinion about all kinds of shit, but that like respect your opinion shit ends where other people's rights are infringed upon.
Yeah, I wish more people understood that, because so many people just think that, well, it's just you shouldn't dislike someone just because of their opinions and stuff. And it's like, well, it depends on what their fucking opinions are.
Well, did you know Hitler because if you didn't know Hitler, you can't really dislike him. But wait, I can read what he fucking wrote, and I can listen to his speeches. He's a deplorable human being. But bro, you never really met him, and it's just kind of a political disagreement. Like, no. That's at the degree where I'm like, oh, okay, fuck you. If you guys had a fucking neighbor you found out was a like total commie, and I'm not talking about like I thought about voting Communist Party back in 1980. I'm talking about like a actual fucking like hardcore commie. Would you then, from that point forward, after finding that out, respect what their opinion about like politics and shit afterwards? I know I wouldn't. And same as if you were a fucking like right-wing loon job and all you talked about was how everything is a fucking like, scam, fraud, Democrat hoax or some shit. I'd probably be like, oh yeah. And I don't want to talk to you anymore. That's basically where it ends. Like, you're like, hey, can I borrow your weed whacker? And I'm like, no, I'm not even going to give you the respect of being like, it's broken. Or nope, something wrong with it. It's out of string. No, I just be like, no, not today. Okay, bye-bye.
Well, the funny thing about saying like it's not right to like dislike someone because of their opinion is like, what other reason really is there to like or dislike somebody?
So
it's almost like
again,
are you gonna hang out with somebody that you don't agree with or have any common interest
so
in?
again,
like,
there's the different levels of opinions. If my opinion is that like my favorite color is red and yours is blue.
Well, sure.
That's a difference of opinion. If I like metal and you like hip hop, that's a difference of opinion. If I like Honda and you like Nissan, that's a difference of opinion. If I think owning a number of people is okay and you think owning people is not okay, that's not necessarily, it is a difference of opinion, but it's one that is worthy of being like, okay, fuck that person. Fuck that person is a piece of shit. It is not just like I like this style better than you. Or more than you, and you like that style better than me or more than me. It's more like you're a complete piece of fucking garbage and I want nothing to do with you and I have no respect for any of it. So if I find out that you like support slavery and my favorite color is red and your favorite color is red, and you support slavery, and I'm like, now I feel embarrassed to have anything in common with this piece of shit, even a fucking favorite color. Like, oh, we both like, I don't know. I'm unique, so I don't have like, but let's like, we both like decaf from Dunkin' Donuts or whatever. Like, oh, there's something we have in common, right? And also, we should vote in Trump's family for all of eternity. Like, oh, well, then now the coffee fucking similarity doesn't matter so much because you're a fucking complete idiot. And now I'm going to start drinking caffeinated, like, from Starbucks because I don't even want to have that similarity in common with you. That's me. I'm petty like that. I've gotten to that point. I used to be patient and like the pettiness didn't get to me. And now I'm like, I think it's since Trump, the Trump era of people, they were incredibly petty and they wanted to shove shit like here, shove it in your face. Like, oh, you don't like this? You know, like, here, shove it in your fucking face. And now I'm like, okay, well, if that's good enough for you, it's good enough for me, man. And if you don't like this, here, I'm going to shove it in your fucking face. And when you feel like, dude, everyone should be proud to be about their politics as long as they're fucking Trump supporting Republicans. And you should be embarrassed to be like supporting anyone else. Like, no, fuck you. You're a fucking idiot. I know independents that here in Florida, we just passed 1 million cases here in Florida. The deaths and hospital fill-ups are fucking like going through the roof for COVID. And they're like, everyone is like, do not shut down. I see all these bartenders I'm friends with. They're like, I swear to God, if you shut down, like, it's worth it, man. I might make $45 in tips tonight. And I don't care if 85 people get fucking infected. They just don't give a shit. And I think part of that is because they've been shown by the government that the government is not going to take care of them. In other countries, they got 80% of their fucking income for like extended periods of time. Here in the U.S., you get $1,200 if you filed taxes last year. You get $1,200 for 10 months. Is that are we all thriving? No. Do we see a reason why people want to keep shit open? Yeah, because they know there's no one else to take care of them but themselves. This strong economy that the U.S. had crumbled in like 2 weeks. Totally crumbled. Greece level crumble. Like totally, like all this, like the economy is strong. What a load of bullshit. Dude, these huge businesses can't fail. Dude, Delta, United Airlines, all those motherfuckers had their hands out after 10 days.
Yeah, let's
10
talk about
days
this when we come back from break, because this is
let's talk about it now, Drew.
No.
All right, no.
Yeah, I would love to. I'd love to get into that, but we're over.
You already agree with me that the government is trash, so it'll be easy for you. Anyway, we're gonna take a break. I promise. We will only talk about this shit for a couple minutes, and then we will get into some heavy ass content for you motherfuckers. So please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
back to it. What's up, Hellbound? Hellbound Heathen in the chat.
Nice. Old schoolers. I mean, then again, Chris is an old schooler too. We love all you motherfuckers. Reminder, Streamlabs, of course, is still open. Got those new options. Try them out. I beg you. They are fantastic. So yeah, I guess real quick before we move on to content or whatever, I did want to have a chuckle about the Republican politicians clutching their pearls over tweets from like Biden appointees or whatever. And I'm like, dude, don't start clutching your pearls about tweets now. You done bit your tongue for 4 years. Keep biting it.
Yeah, that's one of those things they don't really have room to talk. Yeah, but Biden's pick here is just it's more of the same shit.
It's absolutely terrible. And again, you're not going to catch me defending Biden or the Democrats. Like, fuck them. But the idea that like you were so against it until right now, and then you're okay with it. Like, shut the fuck up.
You know what gets me is Trump supporters who mistake like their behavior for like they project onto me. Like when I make fun of Trump or criticize Trump, and then they send me some kind of joke about Biden breaking his ankle. I'm like, yeah, and like I give a fuck. Yeah, I don't worship Biden the way you worship Trump.
Exactly. Like you think Trump's ankles are unbreakable. I just think Biden is a person, an old person, not a fucking demigod or some shit.
Well, I mean, not necessarily along those lines. I completely agree with you guys on that. The one thing that I'm already seeing, though, and it's fucking nauseating because Biden hasn't even been inaugurated yet, is the absolute filleting that media is doing with Biden. Like, they love, like, all, like, the pics, like Janet Yellen as Secretary of Treasury and stuff like that, and you're like, oh, my God. The senior staff is all female. Like, that's the shit that they love that sort of thing.
More female drone pilots.
He fucking dug himself into that pit a long time ago when he was like, it's gonna be a black female, or it's gonna be a female vice president. I'm like, why would you say that so far ahead of time if it wasn't just gonna be a big ploy?
Yeah, but see,
that's what it's been.
Just like Dark Matter was saying, those memes are the best. Those memes are like civilians in some Middle Eastern country about to get droned, and like right before the bomb hits, they look at each other like, I hear the next one's coming from a female. It's like, hey, you think they give a fuck when this dude starts another goddamn war? They're not gonna fucking care, man. Jesus Christ. It's just it's that thing that like that's what they care about. Like even all like the good juicy shit that I like absolutely like hated about Trump, like policy wise, like not ending any of the wars or something like that. That's not even the shit they hit him on. Like they won't hit him on anything that's like heavy hitting.
Dude,
like
they'll
leave all that alone and just fucking hammer.
Stephen James, like it's going to be a dark winter in all caps. Yeah, no, it's not going to be any darker than it was before. You are looking at look. I don't know how to explain it to you.
That's what Biden.
Here, I'll put it to you. I'll put it to you like this. You're rooting for, so there's two teams going to the Super Bowl, all right? Team A and Team B. All right. And you're like, it's got to be Team A or Team B will win, and that's the worst thing ever. But what you don't understand is it's not the Super Bowl that is being played. It's you. And you are the one that's like so obsessed with it. You're watching all the Super Bowl ads. And that's all they want.
Well, yeah, to be fair, though, just what Stephen James is saying there, that actually is a Biden quote. The dark.
Okay.
He was referring to the virus.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, dude, are they wrong? Right now, the virus is like super out of control, and is. Look, we've been over this before. This is not something that can just be solved by one simple, like, this is it. That's not something that's not how the viruses work. we live in a country where people just don't give a shit. And I think my favorite meme, since we're talking about memes, is the one where they're like, we're just gonna have to stop saying avoid it like the plague, because we don't do that. We don't avoid shit like the plague. We just don't. We avoid shit to like a comfortable degree.
You know what's really discouraging to me is that there were people behaving like this back during the Spanish flu. There was like, it's no big deal, you know. Or the protesting the mask.
Learned
like,
nothing, and I wonder if the period of time between pandemics has something to do with it. Like it's just enough time to forget.
Huh. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Totally different generation.
Yeah, it's a different generation. You haven't dealt with it. You don't give a fuck. Fuck these people. We're talking about people that are like, 4 people died in Benghazi. It's the worst tragedy ever. And then like 250,000 people, Americans die. You know, 250,000.
That's
Americans
like already
die.
like
they're like people die all the time.
That's already a third of the Spanish flu for Americans.
Yeah, just with Americans. Yeah. It's look, and there's other things to consider as well. Japan reportedly had more suicides in October than COVID deaths through the entire 10 months. Okay, so there's things to consider. But then again, Japan, there's also things to consider on top of that. Like Japan has always had an incredibly high suicide rate.
Well, they marry their pillows over there, so.
I wasn't gonna push it, but if you want to, fine. They literally have like a suicide forest.
I'm pretty sure in Dark Matter, to be fair, I think they have upgraded from the pillows to sex robots. Just to be fair.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, remember
your pillow might just have a pulsating vag insert.
It might just be a fucking robotic hand that grips.
Yeah, remember last show, the robotic hand.
You know what?
I told my wife about that.
I had $1 million idea, but I didn't want to put it out there. But maybe I should. Sex robot cleaning company. It doesn't sound like a fun job, but damn, is there money to be made? Because nobody wants to fucking, dude. It's the end of the week. It's the end of the week, and you got to freaking. Okay, so what is that? 7 days. You got to squeeze out, like you clean out 37 splooges from that week.
Dude,
is your sex bot backed up? Bring her down to TJ's sex box cleaned up.
So I'm thinking, like, instead of a Roomba, we have like a Kumba.
God.
For all that cumbersome work you would be doing on your, by yourself.
Okay. Don't worry, guys. We're about to play some content.
I would have to have like a full hazmat gear to even consider that, and fuck it, 7 figures a year.
Before we get going with more content for the second hour, we do have a Dark Matter Photoshop opportunity for anyone who's interested.
What? Why would that?
That looks like an easy one, guys. Use the singing face if you can.
I don't understand what you could possibly Photoshop. That's so vast.
Well, everybody out there, help him understand what you could possibly Photoshop onto that. That is
it's raining.
Fantastic.
Dude, it's got to be cold. This is definitely England.
Yeah.
Well,
I was actually just thinking about that. What was it about this picture that immediately gave it away to me that this was England?
It's taken from a driver's side on the left side.
Yeah, I mean, without even like really assessing it, like the second I saw this, I was like England.
Yeah, I mean, even without the driver's side,
the boots.
The British accent just kind of like exudes off of that man.
You can see that he doesn't say boots; he says boots. Hey, love, could you pass me my boots? This cat is totally fine, just cleaning himself. He's gonna clean me. He's gonna Everybody's just happy here. I'm holding him like a fucking sack of potatoes,
Sack of taters.
and he is just like content.
How about
Hello, love.
Hello,
can you
governor.
give me a-
Oi, governor.
Give me a ride to my flat because I gotta use the loo, but it's at
Right.
the top and the lift is broken.
Pip pip cheerio. Right.
you're supposed to say the lights are out and you'll need a torch?
Oh yeah.
Hand me a torch, would you? Please. If it's got no grease on it, use some from my fish and chips, oi.
I think, what country is this?
Когда водила протянул аукс, все мои волки делают ауф.
By the way, I imagine everybody in Russia listens to this music.
Dude, if they don't, they're
Когда
doing it
водила
wrong.
протянул аукс, все мои волки
At the
делают
dolphin
ауф.
show during a brawl.
Yeah. I think the fucking
So he just
officer
walks
there-
right by him, right?
The officer there. Like, what would you do, dude? I'm thinking like there's an outbreak.
No. He's probably just got the COVID, right?
Who is it that floated the theory? Was it you, Dark Matter? Like, what if like turns out like the vaccine is like the zombie apocalypse?
Oh yeah, that would be the last thing for
It
2020.
would be a hell of an apocalypse because they got like how many of them now? 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
They're like,
Yeah,
they're-
they say.
Man, should've
I saw a pop up. They're gonna give them to the healthcare workers first, and my wife is a healthcare worker, so she'll probably be the first to turn.
Whatever, bro. I'm not gonna fucking inject that goddamn shit into my veins. Are you kidding me? I'm already autistic enough.
I wish I could find the video because I haven't actually seen the video. I just know there is one. Okay, I think this is it. Where they were talking about trying to, if somebody floated the idea of paying people like $1,500 to take the vaccine.
Yeah, because that's the only thing that people care about. They care about money over health, as evidenced by our society, which says, "Hey, pay for healthcare so that they can make a profit off of you on top of what you really need."
Here's a snapshot of our society. You can't get a PlayStation 5 right now because scalpers scoop them all up and double the price, but people are willing to pay you to get a life-saving vaccine.
You might be able to afford a PS5 if you willingly fucking like keep everybody safe around you, because you are so self-centered that the only fucking thing that makes you think about others is if there's money involved.
Yeah.
Pretty much. We live in a sad sack, selfish motherfucking society. People are just like, where I live I have a grocery store right next door, and they have grocery return carts and people in the fucking parking lots to collect these things, and people refuse to refuse. I am like, you go to the grocery return cart and you'll pass 17 carts on the way there and there'll be one cart in there. They just don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck, man. And just fuck people. People are a disease. We're worried about diseases people get, but we're not thinking about the people like disease people are. Hey, Doc Mata tunde vai donde vai.
And here,
Cat
Can
Tizu
you
brought
hear
to me a white robe with a hood. Not sure what she means by that. Any ideas? F you, Baldy. Grow some hair. I agree with the end there. I don't know what's going on. I just fixed this shit. I just fixed this stupid fucking shit.
so only you hear it still?
I heard the down, down, and then it stopped. Like
Yeah, I heard the
beginning.
music. I heard the
Yeah.
music, but not any voices.
Yeah, I didn't hear any. I didn't hear any voice either. I just read it.
I would like to be able to hear it, but maybe it's how I have the alert box. I don't know. Ever since they changed it,
I
was
don't
really
even
cool.
see where it has the option anymore to choose the voice. Like, I don't even see that anymore. Like, I don't. They've updated things, and I don't even see the here's where you choose your voice thing anymore to read it aloud. I don't know what I have to do to change that.
What if they got rid of it?
They might have.
Because it's offensive or something.
Oh God, they do have a profanity filter now.
Oh, really?
My two options are enable standard bad word list or anonymized names containing bad words.
So, like,
and then I can customize the bad words. Jesus Christ! But I can't say, hey, you can hear a lady say, read your comment or some shit. Like, it's. I'll have to look at it again, I guess. I honestly spent like an hour and a half on this shit before the show. I was like, you know what? I'm devoting this fucking time to getting this shit down and getting it right. And of course, it didn't fucking work. Can you do me a favor and play? God damn! Look! This cat is laying on my fucking. This cat is laying on my fucking mixer right now.
Anybody else ever get that feeling when TJ grabs his cam to show us something? It's all shaky. It's like watching that.
No, I'm grabbing it because the cat is laying on the cable and pulling it off the fucking top of my monitor.
I get nauseated when you do that, bro. It's like watching that goddamn Cloverfield movie all over again.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
And
it's unfortunate, but we hear you. We can still see you. What do you want me to do? You want me to play the thing over again?
I think we lost him.
Oh no, that's unfortunate. Better play something else. Let's see. Oh,
damn it.
What a perfect time to freeze. Oh, he's back. He's back. We hear you, buddy. We hear you. Misa thinking.
Is it cold over there? It's freezing over here right now.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold the past couple of mornings. I think it feels fucking great. I love this weather. My wife absolutely hates it. My wife loves it like hot. My wife loves it like it normally is in Texas, where it's like fucking in the high 90s and humid. She loves that.
No, I hate that. I miss the cold, and right now it's like almost freezing. Right, it's like almost 32 right now.
I love it, dude. When it gets down to where I can wear like a light jacket, which is like 3 months out of the year, it's like, man, I love it. We got you, Teach.
Dude, I'm gonna kill this fucking cat. I'm honestly gonna wring its fucking neck. If anyone wants to adopt a cat before I fucking murder it, let me know now. Done. Done with this fucking cat. He just like laid on my fucking mixer and then rolled off the back of it and just unplugged like half. Fuck this cat. Just fuck him.
Troll Jones says we get this weather all the time in New Jersey. Yeah, the only downside is you're in fucking New Jersey. So
bro,
you gotta think about that.
Look, I live in Florida, and I'm like, and this is coming from a guy from Florida, and I'm like, New Jersey?
It could be.
No, not gonna happen.
Dude, I just had to drop $1,000 for my my real estate taxes, and if I lived in Jersey, this house that would be like every month. I would be dropping $1,000 on real estate taxes.
Yeah, while Chris Christie was your ex-governor, the fat fuck.
Of all the shit that's horrible about New Jersey, is Chris Christie used to be governor.
Used to be Chris Christie Cream. Fucking dude, that motherfucker used to be. I mean, and that's coming from Florida, where Rick Scott used to be our governor and is now our senator.
Well, we used to have Rick Perry and both George Bushes. So.
Dude, Rick Perry is enough to win that. You don't have to go any further.
All of our states are just like a who's who of complete
what's Rick
shitheads.
Dude, has anybody thought about what Rick Perry's gonna do? And how about what's his name? Brain surgeon.
Carson?
Yeah, what's he gonna do when he doesn't have the fucking urban housing and development to run? What is he gonna do? Go back to brain surgery?
Oh God, no.
Oh, dude, nobody's thought about this. I didn't think about it. I would have voted for Trump if I had thought this through. Because honestly, those people are fucking useless, and the best place to have them is at the top of government.
You need brain surgery. You can choose between Carson or me.
I mean, that's honestly a fucking tough one. If you
Okay,
told me I needed urban housing and development, then I'd really be in a tough spot because you literally do real estate. So I'd be like, Dark Matter's probably better qualified for that. Now, the working on the fucking veins in my head, I just
all right.
Maybe
I also get
Ben
access
Carson-
to Google. I'm pretty good at Googling.
I think Lachlan Stratos is absolutely right. At least you don't have Gavin Newsom. Yeah, it could be Gavin Newsom, or it could be Cuomo in New York. You know, everything could be worse.
All right, content, goddammit. Content right away.
Let's do cop fucking with a drunk kid.
All this alcohol. Hold on. I haven't had any drugs. Mate's waiting in the
Breathalyzer, mate.
I don't do drugs.
Another Englishman.
Breathalyzer, Chris.
Blow hard.
Breathalyzer.
Okay, by the way, for anybody at home who doesn't understand what's happening here, look a little closer.
Yeah, he's pretending to give him a breathalyzer with his radio.
Yeah, I still can't figure out how we won independence from these people.
I can't understand how the sun never set on these people's empire. That's
right. Look, here's what happened. Right, pip, and then a pip, and then a cheerio. Right, governor. They're just too proper to die out. That's the way it works, Drew. If you had any manners, your civilization would last as well. But now you live in fucking Texas. I guarantee you people in fucking Britain are talking shit about Texans at the same moment that you are talking shit about fucking this Cockney motherfucker.
Yeah, but they live in fucking England. So
Crotty. He's like, what are you afraid I'm gonna do? Drive home on the wrong side of the road?
I love that. I guess it's from Mad Men. There's that meme where the two guys are in the elevator. The one guy looks at him and says something like was something like, you know, you ruined my life or something like that. And the other guy like looks at him and is like, I don't even think about you. Like, I don't even know who you are. I think there's like a Thanos meme that's like that too. But anyways, in that meme, it was basically like all like the European countries talking shit about America. The Americans looking at them like, I don't think about you for a fucking second. Beautiful. Suck on your fucking walkie-talkie, you pieces of shit. Here, let's play some more kicking practice.
Oh no. Yeah.
Paparazzi.
I knew that was going.
That's some pro gym shit right there. Ooh.
Oof.
You'd be lucky it's just drywall. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
not the corner.
It's right there in the corner, dude.
No, that corner. The corner's all drywall. I mean, it does have a stud, a wood stud that it fucking, wraps around. But there's no like true wood stud corners, and that's drywall.
I recognize that guy
right here. See, and I mean that hurts still. Don't get me wrong.
I recognize the guy throwing those kicks. That he throws a good shindig. I was at one of his parties once.
We haven't done the bars in a while.
No, that's totally bar worthy.
Yeah, don't be proud of yourself either, Dark Matter. I heard you chuckling over there like you're happy.
Yeah, he's like,
I'm very proud of myself.
Jesus, I'm about as proud as that guy was before he kicked the fucking corner.
Oh! You guys remember this? The broken hand.
Oh yeah. Oh god. That's a metal bar and coconuts. Even when he misses the metal bar, it's still coconuts.
It's like live. It's like
he's
live
not breaking any
He's
of them.
supposed to break like 99 of these things.
Look at this. You know how like you're supposed to take the knife and go between the gaps between your fingers, right? That's basically what this dude is doing with his hand to a steel beam between coconuts. Look. Right? Like, dude, that is precision how bad he's missing.
Oh. Damn.
That one, he's like, that hurt. I don't know if I should do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then he's like 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's enough. That hurt. How many coconuts did you break, mate? About approximately 1/2. I'm pretty sure one was pretty loose after I hit it real good.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Dude, this is blasphemy.
Dude, that is
T-prescription.
I can see Dark Matter's legs looking exactly like that in a pair of high heels. Zip up. Do your calves actually look like that in zip up boots?
No, and my legs are very hairy, so no, my legs don't look like that.
Not before you shave them. I'm sure your ass is hairy before you put on that little tight shit.
No, I don't shave my legs.
He's like,
and I'm not going to, TJ, no matter how many times you ask.
It's what they call the prostitute's mullet. It's where it's business in the front, right? But party in the rear. Am I right, Doc? Right?
That was a lot of British noises that just came out of your.
All right. This poor motherfucker, dude. Let me just say that man can no longer do the 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
I love that, dude. When he hesitates here, is the best.
Right? I don't know if I want to do this again. How many have you broken so far, sir? How many coconuts did you break? How many did you tell them you could break? How much money did they spend at the store on coconuts?
How much
before they realized this dude is just gonna slap a couple fucking the bar a couple times? 2, 3.
The best
4,
part is
5,
who
6.
fucking decided to put like a giant metal beam underneath the coconuts.
Well, what else is gonna hold all those coconuts, Drew?
I mean, you could have just like tables. Even wood is gonna feel a hell of a lot better.
Yeah, but then you got to have wood for each coconut. And he's told you, this is no problem. I can break these coconuts with my bare hand. Right? It's only been 7 Guinnesses, and I've told you how many coconuts I can break.
I could break some coconuts, but they'd have to be Almond Joys. Just lay a bunch of Almond Joys on that beam, and I'll break the shit out of them.
Jesus Christ.
In fact, why don't you put them coconuts in mounds? And I'll just break the entire mounds of them, right?
Let's try jumping.
Crikey.
Oof!
Dude.
That didn't work out.
Ouch. That's how Biden really broke his ankle.
Yeah, for real.
What's
That's actually that was actually footage of the Trump legal team trying to hold up in court.
This could
Look at that
make a
big
really
star in
This
the
is
background.
Dude, not one single thing came out in their favor. You tell me how many people are going to hire Rudy Giuliani after this as their lawyer? Not one. You know what came out of these lawsuits? Booger face.
memes.
We got running fucking shoe polish.
Yeah,
We got fucking the Four Seasons Landscaping Company.
that's the best part.
Dude, like they just, it's fucking giant fail of energy that like Trump's personal lawyers were not there to go full fucking psycho. This shit, if you have not seen Rudy Giuliani lately, like the man is, when I say off kilter, that's being kind. He is off his medications, completely fucking ape shit. It wouldn't surprise me if that was Rudy Giuliani like next week jumping through off a roof and through a trampoline. Like, and like, how much worse can it get for Rudy Giuliani? Seriously, what worse can happen? He has failed on every level as a fucking professional. He has had embarrassing moment after embarrassing moment after embarrassing moment happen on fucking TV, that he invites reporters. They invite the reporters. The reporters don't just show up to a landscaping company. They are invited, and they expect to be showing up to a fucking, they all thought they had the fucking wrong address. Every fucking reporter that showed up to that fucking Four Seasons shit thought they were showing up to the hotel, the Four Seasons Hotel. And they showed up to the Four Seasons Landscaping, and they're like, oh, fuck, I put the wrong thing in my GPS. And then they saw the other reporters showing up, and they're like, wait a second. And then they watched the fucking complete shit show. Look, Obama wasn't great, but he didn't have some retards out there making excuses for him while he tweeted about how he had won no matter what anyone else said. It's embarrassing. They called Obama the left's messiah, and then they literally treated the next right president as like the right-wing president as like their messiah. It's nothing but projection. Projection 100%, nothing more. If I say you golf too much, it's not because I golf too much. If I say you make too much money, it's not because I make too much money. You know what I mean? You catch people talking about like they're like Trump supporters be like, Obama made so much money off them books, and I'm like, dude, you support Trump, who literally like just has ghost written books and does not give a fuck.
He rents out an entire floor to the Saudis that don't even use it, like just to get money from them.
Exactly. It's just literally a obvious siphon of money, and they're like, what? Whatever. Look at the Hunter Biden's laptops. Pizzagate.
Night Me is saying TJ sounds funny at double speed. If we turn TJ,
oh, I'm sure.
I bet it's great.
I'm sure I do, sir.
Steven had asked earlier, I guess he didn't know that Biden had broke his ankle. Yeah, apparently he was playing with his dog and he broke his ankle, which makes Dave Rubin's odds possibly look a little bit better. What do you think?
Dude, a broken ankle ain't shit. Biden, if there's brain enhancing shit out there, Biden's already on it. You know what we went from? We went from like they elected fucking like Bush, and then Clinton, and then Bush Jr., and then Obama, and they're like, oh my God, some fresh face, blah 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 blah, and then they elected the oldest president ever, Trump,
and then they elected the next oldest president.
Then they elected the now oldest president ever, Biden. We and if you look at the history, it's the same with JFK. Old, young, old, and then young's, something they just don't like young after one time around. They're like old, young, old. So we got another old after this. Don't all those people that are telling you like the Democrats just want Kamala Harris to be the president, and that's the bro game. They don't have that game. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. You think the Democrats know what the fuck they're doing on a like global or even national scale? They have no idea.
I agree.
How many times to wipe their ass?
Yeah, I totally agree with that, especially because like if you say Democrats, I guess depending on what you mean. If you mean by the voters overwhelmingly in the Democrat primary rejected Kamala Harris. So, and she blamed them for being sexist and racist, by the way. I guess not realizing it was a Democrat primary.
Whatever. The important thing is she didn't say who gives a fuck about Christmas. You know what I mean? That was
Melania. Said that.
Who gives a fuck about Christmas anyway? Look.
You know
listen
that
to me very clearly because English is my first language. Yes. Okay. Like serious, dude. The idea of an anti-immigrant president who's married to an immigrant who got a green card from marrying an American, and then immediately those people are like, these fucking immigrants, they're just trying to get a foot in the door. Like, dude, no, that's you. And then all these people are like, there's a war on Christmas. And then it's Melania Trump who's actually got a war on Christmas.
I mean,
she's like, who? Have you not heard the recordings?
Yeah, I have, but she said like
fuck Christmas.
No, she didn't say fuck Christmas. She said who gives a fuck about Christmas decorations? Like who gives
wait. I'll answer that question. Republicans.
Yeah, well, but she's saying
Republicans care.
Yeah, but in the thing, it was like they were like, well, and then they start telling me like I need to be in charge like the Christmas decorations for the White House. She's like, who gives a fuck about the Christmas decorations?
Well, mind you. She's been in charge of the Christmas decorations for fucking 3 years already.
She's probably delegated that shit.
And she got fucking flayed for one of them because it was just like this super bleak looking, like it looked probably like the forest next to her fucking hometown. It was just like bleak white trees. And that's it. No decorations or anything. It just look. I don't give a fuck. I don't care if you say Merry Christmas. I don't give a fuck if you have a Christmas tree. I don't give a fuck if you have Christmas decorations in front of your house. I don't give a fuck about any of that. Who gives a fuck about Christmas? I'm right on board with that. However, I'll tell you who gives a fuck about Christmas. Trump supporters. They literally are. Trump's one of his talking points was, if you elect Biden, there won't be a Christmas.
Yeah.
Literal fucking quote from the president.
Yeah, I'm just saying in the interest of trying to be specific with like the truth of that. My understanding of it was like who gives a fuck about Christmas decorations, not who gives a fuck about Christmas. Just trying to give credit where credit's
and to be very specific to who gives a fuck about Christmas decorations, it's probably the same people that give a fuck about if you say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays.
Yeah,
those same exact fucking people. And by the way, those people are not usually Biden or Democrat supporters. They are Republican and Trump supporters. So that's why it fucking matters. If it was like just totally like, oh, well, who can say? That's one thing. But you're literally politicized Christmas in the first place to the point where if you don't decorate or you don't say Merry Christmas, then you're one of the other. And then the first thing out of your mouth is, who gives a fuck about Christmas decorations?
I'm pretty sure a lot of people, Trump supporters, would be horrified at like 80% of the shit he says when no one's listening, behind closed doors.
Well, no, and if you wanted to make the point,
or they excuse it.
No, but yeah, and if you wanted to make the point, like Trump supporters would have been pissed if, like, for instance, Michelle Obama had said something like that about Christmas decorations.
Oh, they would not
right.
pissed. They would have been like, that dude has lost his mind.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I agree with that, but I'm still looking at it from the standpoint of like it isn't necessarily fuck Christmas. It's fuck Christmas decorations. Who gives a fuck about it?
Sure. Look. But that fucking nuance when it comes to anything else is lost on the same people.
Yeah, well,
those
fuck
same
them.
people
We
that
gotta
are
be
like,
better.
look, she didn't say fuck Christmas. She was talking about Christmas decorations. And when you think about it, it's not really that big of a deal. But then you're like, oh, what about that same nuance for anything else? And they're like, no. It's cut and dry,
Yeah.
black and white. Pelosi is the devil, and she got fooled for a haircut.
Right,
Or
well-
whatever the fuck they want to fucking throw out
Yeah,
there
but that's
because
what-
they don't care about
agree.
being sincere
I
or
agree.
genuine.
I agree. What I'm saying is like when we're talking about that, we're not them. We're better than that. So I'm just trying to like accurately
Well,
talk about
well,
what's
me and
happening,
you
right?
are, Drew. Me and you are, but
Well,
I
that
don't
goes
know
without
about.
saying,
I don't
TJ. I
know
wasn't
about
going to
Dark
rub
Matter.
Dark Matter's nose in it. but
You
Dark
have
Matter's
to
not.
sometimes. He doesn't learn unless you rub his fucking nose. Right?
I wasn't complaining about any of it. You brought it up.
No,
Why do
you don't
hate
have to.
Christmas, Dark Matter.
Dark Matter, you've been hanging like third wheeling so long that you're in the back of my mind when I make these arguments.
Ooh,
Here, we
that
have
reminds me. I got to.
You're living in my head rent free, bruh.
Wasn't there a movie about Kirk Cameron saving Christmas? Maybe I should watch that next.
The
That sounds
Brights.
good.
Is that the Brights one?
I
The
have
one
no
where the
idea.
family was called the Brights.
I have no idea.
I'm telling you, there's
Oh my god.
Kirk Cameron saves Christmas. What is that movie called?
I'm looking it up and I'm pissed at myself. Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas is what it's called.
Kirk Cameron. All right,
that's pretty simple.
let me write that down.
Oh, hold on. Oh, the fucking poster, the movie poster. Hold on. No, I gotta pull up a picture.
You know it's gonna be good.
God, there we go. Okay.
Good Christmas movie to watch on stream.
The War on Christmas. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
my fucking god!
Action packed.
All
Put
right,
Christ back in
no.
Christmas.
Photoshop the shit out of that,
Put Dark
I have
Matter's
no-
face on that.
No,
dude. No, put Dark Matter's face and have it say "Goddamn Christmas" instead of "Saving Christmas," and that will be the thumbnail for the Christmas show, easily. Look at that. All right. You have it say "Goddamn Christmas." You put
Who's he
Darth
gonna
Vader's
hit with
face
that
on it.
candy cane?
This is the
In
guy that
theaters-
asked about fucking crocoducks.
In theaters, November 14th, limited engagement because they're not going to keep it in there for very long because this piece
Dude,
What year was that?
just like oh wait, maybe I have it.
What was the year, Drew? I can't read it on this screen.
It's 2014.
Oh, I do.
2014. Wow,
Yeah,
6
that's when
years
this
ago.
thing- Yeah, that's when this thing came out.
I've got Origin of the Species,
Is that the comfort?
the
forward?
Ray Comfort Edition. Special introduction by Ray Comfort.
The only
Kirk
time
Cameron's best buddy, and this is so. Originally, I had a copy of this someone had sent me, and then on like a live stream, it's 50 pages of Ray Comfort's bullshit before it gets to Origin of the Species. It's the actual book with a 50-page introduction. So on a live stream, I ripped out the 50 pages, and I was like, "There, now it's a good book."
and that you
but
actually
I
increased the
wanted-
value of it.
Well, probably, yeah. It probably went from worth 50 cents to worth $1. But I regretted it at some later point and was like, I wish I had an unfaltered copy. And somebody did me a solid and sent me this this beautiful unfaltered copy of it because I'm pretty sure I sent out the original as a prize at some point. Dude, I've got all kinds of great books. I've got
He's still hustling.
History of
Roxada.
Time.
Roxada asked whatever happened to Comfort. He's still hustling.
Oh no, yeah, dude. Have you ever stolen anything?
He's
Have
a
you
drunk
ever?
Englishman.
Yeah, right, crikey. Have you ever told a lie? Hey, right. Then use a sinner, and you needs the Jesus right away, mate.
That was good.
Ray Comfort net worth $11 million.
Dude, how can your name resemble Comfort? so closely, and still you are successful in Jesus preachings. Look. Jesus is fantastic. But Jesus was like a hardcore lib socialist. So, it's like, go for it, I guess, if you're willing to like have a huge disconnect with what you actually believe. It's kind of freakish. It's Orwellian, to say the least. To be like, we've convinced you that, like, it's like if a couple thousand years from now, people were talking about how, like, remember that Octopus fella? He was like all about like hardcore communism and shit. Like, no, you've done twisted. Or even if you got it right, you are a hardcore communist, you didn't listen closely enough to me. You've twisted my fucking teachings and words and made it something unrecognizable. It's embarrassing. Anyway, let's cover something else before we hit break again.
Well, I see, like, there's Night Me's comment in the chat about Jesus. I guess Jesus being a capitalist. I don't think Jesus was a capitalist, but I don't think Jesus was a socialist either.
Jesus was a he never charged, and like he was a lib, is what I would say. He was progressive for his fucking time. He was liberal in his ideology. He was certainly not like, make as much money as you can as fast as you can. Like that's a business degree, not a fucking Jesus teaching.
Yeah, Jesus was very anti-money. I just mean he wasn't social. I don't know necessarily that I would call it socialist.
There's like applying politics to Jesus is tricky because he has all kinds of different quotes and teachings attributed to him. So it's difficult to say, because you could have pro-life and pro-choice things from Jesus. You can find quotes for anything.
He seemed pretty anti-personal property, where
he was like, get rid of all that shit and come follow me, and like I will take care of you from there. I will, like, the government doesn't need to turn these loaves, one loaf into hundreds, but I'll do it for you. And if we all had a Jesus in our community, we wouldn't need the fucking like food stamps. You know what I mean?
Well, Jesus had literal like magic powers from heaven, according to the story. So that was a little bit different. The thing is that would make it socialism. It was like all those things that Jesus was saying and stuff. It was never like the government needs to run programs that redistributes wealth.
Sure, but he also didn't say like, "Hey, I'm gonna turn this one loaf into 100, and then I'm gonna charge you guys on the cheap." Like he was like, "Take it all, leave what your possessions." In fact, follow me. It's a spiritual way of going about it, but it's not like a like, hey, drop everything or sell everything and bring me your money. It wasn't that. It could have easily been that, but it was not.
The reason I think Jesus was kind of anti-capitalist was the one time he gets angry in the whole Bible was during, when those people were selling,
flipping the tables. We covered that.
Yeah. They were trying to profit.
Yeah, but I thought wasn't Jesus's issue with that. Again, I don't want to be on the spot of defending Jesus. I don't believe in Jesus. But wasn't the argument there that Jesus was doing that because they were making the church, basically the worship of his father or whatever, into like a business, and he was against that.
Yeah.
So he was against making money off religion, which is really ironic because now the people we have are Copeland and fucking like Baker and all these motherfuckers.
The other famous thing with him was like, go pray in your closet, don't go pray in front of people.
Sure, and all of that is a very valid point, but only if you care. Right. Most people don't care. They're like, I love Jesus. Jesus, the reason for the season. And then you're like, how much have you donated to charities this year? I don't do that shit. Like, you know what I mean? It's like a disconnect. It's like saying, I love George W. Bush, but man, I hate starting conflict in the Middle East. It doesn't follow. It just doesn't make sense when connected. And people, I guess people just don't care about making sense. They like Lindsey Graham, our politicians that continuously get reelected lie to our faces, and a voting majority of the public is like, that's okay. So, I mean, at that point, do you really like invest too much into caring about that shit? We're talking about a public that just doesn't give a fuck, and then we're expected to on a personal level, on a vast level, or when we can vote in secret, we do it all like whatever, and then but you're supposed to keep your lawn very clean, and you're supposed to do all these follow all these rules, but when it comes to the big overscoping rules of society, we're like, nah, pick and choose and do all kinds of skirting around the issues kind of bullshit. I don't know. I would say it's embarrassing, but I think what I really want to say is that it's not, and it's just not something that's long term, extremely short term mentality in our society, in our country. That economy that's super strong but crashes in 2 weeks. That's not super strong. That's you thinking. Yeah, exactly. It's you in the mindset wow, this is tough. And then, it's like you saying I got an AR-15. And then the government drops a bomb on you from a drone, and you're like, your AR-15 ain't so tough. But then the government looks at some alien fucking UFO that's come by, and they're like, haha, drone. And they're just so on a scale that you're not currently thinking of, it makes it look stupid and ridiculous, but people don't think outside of their current scale.
So what TJ is really trying to say here before we wrap up and go to break is that everyone should own a machine gun, and I completely agree with him.
And a UFO and a ray gun and join the Space Force and all this other stupid shit, whatever else. Flip some tables in some prehistoric fucking churches. Who the fucking cares? Nothing matters is what my point. Yeah, and after these messages, we'll be right back. Nice. We're back. Hey, I sent you a message here on the Zoom chat. That check that link real quick since we're playing some Muzak. I figured you might enjoy it just for we'll play just a moment of it. This drummer is fucking nuts. I assume Drew is setting it up right now.
I haven't heard about that band in a long time.
Dude, rocking it. The beginning is the best, but we kind of skipped it, but whatever.
Does he move his feet that fast?
You can see the bass pedals, his double pedal down there. He's just going ape shit.
Yeah.
I
Is he
can't hear
using
it
both
now.
feet to do that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Here, let me hear it again. He's just smiling for the camera.
Before we have to pay all of the money we make off of this to the Faceless.
Dude, I will pay all the money we make off of this. This dude. He is fucking fantastic. Impressive. By the way, that is Alex Rudinger of The Faceless playing a song called Xenochrist. So you know you're going to love it. Xenochrist. Ooh. My favorite thing about those drum playthroughs is that they always skip the lyrics. And so it's just I'm not against like the like, but like sometimes when you want to enjoy the intricacy of the music, it's best just to leave it out.
But when you say Xenochrist, I'm picturing like a Jesus Christ bursting out of my chest.
Xenochrist. I do that for the twins all the time. They'll be like, and I'm like, they always just like stop what they're doing and look at me like, "Are you okay, Dad?" Like old Nile shit. Nile.
Let's see.
Dark Matter, I'll pay you $100 if you can tell me the name of one Nile song. One Nile song.
Okay. It ain't just a river in Egypt.
Oh my god.
No,
No.
that's not. $100, you say? All right.
Yeah,
I know. There's a Nile song that I know really well.
Click, click.
You know what it is? He's probably looking up the Nile.
The Nile.
The
Song
Nile.
of the Nile. It's like
Pink Floyd. Oh.
Yeah, sounds just like Pink Floyd.
But now you have to play the man a moment of Nile just so he knows what the hell he's talking about without knowing. Nile.
I want my $100.
Yeah, you're not gonna get it, sir.
We'll get a copyright, but man, I really want to play that whole intro until it gets heavy. There you go. There you go, Dark Matter. It's Egyptian themed death metal. You'll love it.
Huh.
Go listen to it. Listen to Lash to the Slave Stick. That's the
Dude, he would probably be more into Raw, which is also a Egyptian theme, but it is not hardcore like that. It's like look up Raw. Oh Jesus. What's the name of the fucking song? Fallen Rock Zone.
Fallen Rock Zone?
Yeah. Raw Fallen Rock Zone. I can't believe I remember that shit. I waste my money. I could have cured cancer. The song actually has a really cool fucking intro.
Okay, I would have to imagine that came out in the early 2000s.
Somewhere around there.
Copyright 2002. You could just tell by the sound.
No.
You know what I'm listening to right now?
Raw.
I'm listening to the Saving Christmas soundtrack.
Why would you do that? This would be way worse than the movie. Jesus.
Just curious. Yeah, you could search it up on YouTube when it comes up.
Bro, when you're done with that, you can look up the Manos Hand of Fate soundtrack.
It's just jazz.
Isn't that the same
It's
thing?
smooth jazz, bro. The whole thing. Oh, fuck me. All right. Content. Goddamn.
Here we go.
Content.
I'm ready.
Christmas soundtrack. This is on it.
Yep. See, it's just like death metal.
Children seeing Santa.
It's terrible.
Just gonna skip around.
In the winter sky.
Yeah, that's about what I thought it would be.
It's Christian music is so moody. You come into my life.
Look. Now you have to play. I made you play a little bit of one song last time, but now I'm gonna make you play a little bit of another song. 12-Foot Ninja, Coming for You. I'm hooked on this 12-Foot Ninja band for some reason lately. I've been listening to a lot of them. They have something for everyone because they switch it up so much.
Be ready, I'm coming for you. Be ready, I'm coming for you.
The switch up. It's all about the switch up.
I have a question.
Always within, instead of without. So much so, we have forgotten all.
TJ's brain is so fucked from all the years of drugs that he just like loves this weird ass music.
I don't know. I think it's being a musician makes me appreciate them being able to go from like to like and then it switches again. Here, play a little bit more if it's still up.
We are always within, instead of without. So much so, we have forgotten all about you.
All right, play a little bit. Skip like another 20, 10 or 15 seconds. Yeah, it switches again.
You buried their heart, buried the soul. You buried your guilt
This is such TJ Stoned at like 5 a.m.
I cannot get enough of this shit. And then you play a little bit more, it goes right back into it again.
Well, you best be ready as I'm coming for you.
Jesus.
The switchovers always impress me. I'm a sucker for it. Mr. Bungle, fucking Crotch Duster, and now 12-Foot Ninja has joined the list of like bands that do that awesome switchover shit where I can be listening to like
Dark Matter,
huh?
Dark Matter had a question for us, he said.
Yeah,
An extremely poignant, insightful question. Yes. Would not a 12-foot ninja find it difficult to hide in an
I
adequate
think that's
manner?
the point.
I thought you were going to ask if a 12-foot ninja would have a hard time flying on a jetpack in a fight with a samurai.
He wouldn't need a jetpack. The other guy would need a jetpack because he's 12 foot tall, Drew.
Yeah.
No, I'm not having that. I want to see a 12-foot ninja on a jetpack.
Anyway, if you are into that kind of that style of music or whatever, do check them out. It's totally. Play just the opening kind of riff for One-Handed Killing, because that's everyone's favorite from this band. And just so, because I mean they're extremely talented. That's the one you were jamming your head to last time.
Now put your money where your mouth is. You have the method, but will you move mountains? This has become quite a vehicle with a roof or a grandiose ego. You have adapted to the role. Your portrayal betrays your soul. Wherever you may go, may your heart remain yours.
Yeah. Okay. So that just so you know, that riff gives me a chub. Like
No,
that total fucking randomness where it's like just all over the fucking place while the bass like hits hard in the back. I'm all about it.
I see the
That's the kind of shit makes me want to put a system in my car.
The Gingers in the chat talking about early Pantera being glam. Dude, Pantera's Power Metal, which came out in '88, it was their last one before Cowboys from Hell. That fucking album is like thrash metal Judas Priest. So check that one out for sure. That's the only other one with Phil from the early days. Yeah, really good stuff.
Good shit. If you were not listening to the right kind of music, like if what you were thinking about listening to is Mariah Carey this December, let me tell you, we have some openings for new genres for you, and they're all over the place. Fantastic shit. In fact, I'm thinking about doing like a little spotlight every week on like one crazy band, and we can each take turns, because I know Drew knows a lot of fucking great stuff to listen to as well. So I would love to do that. I'm always kind of greedy when it comes to that shit, but that's because I listen to a ton of shit, and if your band sticks out to me, like, that's saying something as far as I'm concerned, because it's not, Crotch Duster I found on one song linked on some random website, and I was like instantly hooked. I was like, I need this whole entire album right away. And it's, of course, two guys in a studio that produced one album and never did anything else. Like, it's just a one-off masterpiece. Fantastic. Anyway, all right.
Yeah, let's give these people some more content. Mess with the Bull.
Buscados todavía por el gobierno, sobreviven como soldados de fortuna. Si tiene usted algún problema y si los encuentra, quizá pueda contratarlos.
Every time we had a bull video on this show, it did not turn out well.
Just runs straight out, right over.
Dude, tell me what his plan was. Drape it in front of my face and have the bull aim for that? Because watch,
Apparently.
he just runs to the side.
Looks like he got a full side of beef.
gobierno sobreviven como soldados de fortuna.
This is the question was a Wendy's commercial from the 80s. Where's the beef? And this is the answer.
Boom.
It's right there.
It's not even a real big cow, is it?
No, but it doesn't have to be.
No, because a small cow weighs 3 times as much as you. A big cow weighs 5 times as much as you.
The best part is that the man did not walk away from that immediately.
No, the best part is the fucking like kick flip you could see that cow doing. Like, ready? And watch it turn to the side to hit him with the full brunt of the boof.
Bam, Leatherface.
Sir, yeah, you just got loined. Dude, I think he took a rib straight to the eye. Is that where they came up with the term ribeye?
Yeah, I'm gonna cut you off there, Teach.
All right. Okay, fine.
So
I bet he was a little bit tender after that, though.
Thanksgiving just happened.
Do you think it happens all the time, or do you think it's rare?
This is frying a turkey. At least these tards did it outside, and they're old enough to know better.
You can't look. The thing about frying a turkey, especially in a canister that is barely big enough to hold a turkey, you have to understand that the oil will overflow. That is what starts the fires.
Why is he leaving his arm there? Like, doesn't this old man feel pain? Look, he's not even moving his arm back.
Oh, he's already gone bald. So is
the
there really anything left to lose after that?
He's probably got the diabetes. He can't feel the pain.
He's like, I'm bald and I'm about to lose my foot.
The original name
give
for
a
this
shit
video,
about nothing.
The original name for this video was Wilford Brimley Fries a Turkey.
Oh, fuck me. No,
Seriously.
seriously.
Turkey becomes Phoenix.
I don't know if I've ever told you guys about this, but my favorite fast food commercials always come from Arby's. All right. The way they earned this title was recently they did the you want fried turkey, but you don't want to burn down your house. Come on by to Arby's type of shit. But like 1 or 2 years ago, so it's like 2 years ago they came out with a commercial, but like 4 years before that, they had a commercial they specially made for 2 specialty sandwiches that they were serving, right? This one specialty sandwich and the other. Specialty sandwich 1 and specialty sandwich 2, all right? We'll call them that. So like 4 years later, they're like, okay, we're bringing back the one specialty sandwich, but not the other one. So what they did is they fucking ran the same commercial, but they blurred out the second sandwich. They just blurred it out, and then they put an asterisk there, like, ignore this sandwich. Like, and I was like, that is fucking fantastic.
They saved a ton of money too,
dude. And I don't know what it is about that, like, kind of honest it's not even honest advertising. It's just like cheap advertising. But that idea that, like, look, we're not reshooting a commercial. We got a commercial for this fucking sandwich. We're not doing the other one. Just blur it the fuck out and move on. I just fucking love it. It reminds me of the podcast of that, like, look. Here's the idea. But do we really need to put that much effort into it? Nah, fuck it. I fucking love it. And Arby's, by the way. Anyone that shits on Arby's, I got a beef with you, sir.
Ooh,
don't be chicken.
That's not good.
What is this?
That lady's getting.
Why do people do this?
I hold them. These are the tiny bottle rockets, and you can hold them in your hand, and it only leaves like a little black mark. It doesn't burn you. It like you can wipe it right off. I've done this multiple times, not from my teeth, but the report seems to go off very quickly, which makes me think she was gripping her teeth too tight. I'm thinking that once it's blowing you in the face right here, that you grip your teeth tighter just as a reaction and make it even worse. But these things don't do like any kind of real damage. I burned a whole finger off with the grandpappy of these things.
Cernian called it.
What do you say?
TJ melting finger story. Yes.
I did. I won't tell the whole story, but I will tell you that I friggin' it was not one of these. This won't melt your finger off. You need the big granddaddy kind. The kind that if you stick it in a bottle of beer and let go of it, it'll tip over. Because that's exactly what fucking happened in our case. Cernian, you are you've been watching this podcast for too long, my friend. Look, I love you and everything, but get a fucking hobby. What's next?
It's your fault that you've heard.
It's your fault you love us so much that you fucking know all my stories. All right, it's not my fault. God damn it!
Everybody in the chat is like TJ's like long time girlfriend. They know all of everything about him.
It's only because, look, I don't make shit up. So when I get a good story, you might hear it twice. You know what I mean? Like
twice.
Well, if it's Dark Matter talking some stupid shit, you might hear it a bunch of times, which I'm surprised. We've not heard a single new Streamlabs yet. And I'm almost tempted to have Drew give you a fucking taste.
Probably won't even play it. I mean, it won't hear the audio.
Drew, why don't you test one of the new Streamlabs real quick?
Oh, God. Where do I go to do that?
Yeah, they switched everything around.
Good. Now I get to file my defamation suit.
Yeah. Take your sweet time, Dark Matter.
Here's a dog who earns his keep.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're mine, bitch.
Bring it in, boy.
Yeah, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss.
Is that a big ass catfish? Yeah.
Catfish, yeah, it would have to be if it's a dog catching it.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ, and it is a catfish. Jesus.
That is a big ass dude.
Dude, all of them, look at all of them there.
It's about to kiss him.
Dog is so perfectly still, it doesn't even realize what the hell's going on.
He's like, I stay still, pretend I'm Log. Human will love me when I bring this back.
Yes, I am Log, you are fish, you are prize for human.
Dude, that's way more useful than anything my pets have ever done.
Yeah,
dude. This compared to shitting on the rug is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
it was a low bar. It was a low bar, but dude, you bring me back a giant cat.
For real, dude. You do this after you shit on the rug, and we're gonna still be friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the dog obviously deserves a lot of compliments, but to be fair, he's probably just fishing for compliments in the first place.
I was gonna say, this might have, it doesn't work out this way every time. Sometimes when you're on Tinder, you get catfished. Dude, that Retriever is the best name for this dog ever.
I was going to ask the two of you to scale it back, but it's a catfish and they don't have scales.
Hey,
so the pun doesn't work.
Oh, man.
How about snake wrestling?
Meu Deus, vocês vão me louco da cabeça! Solta, Maria, solta!
Segura, foca, amor, foca, vai ficar bonito! Foca, amor!
It's got to be a few 100 pounds.
Segura, rapaz, segura!
I've seen this movie. Wasn't Jennifer Lopez in this one?
Bro, that was only the first one, all right? And then she was too famous to do a sequel.
What does this guy even think he's going to do to this thing?
Dude, no, he's just fucking. He is literally just fucking with it, and everyone else on the boat is begging him to let go of it.
Okay, well, anaconda. How many humans were on that boat before this fucking snake ate?
Yeah,
Look at
for real. This is the kind of fucking snake that he could eat two people and still swim away. Like, still a little hungry.
You see that guy? Look at if you look in the very beginning, you can see he's got a tiny little ass. Which is why the anaconda don't want none, because he ain't got buns.
Sometimes they're just...
If you don't give that motherfucker bars right now, I quit this podcast. I quit this podcast if you don't...
We had that
Jesus Christ, Dark Matter. That anaconda don't want none because the guy's got no buns, huh?
Yeah. That's why he's leaving. Otherwise,
I wouldn't have let go of that bitch. I'd be like, you're gonna take me down with you. Out in the middle of God knows where. That is
well, that's like some shit.
That might not even be an anaconda. It might be a fucking
Loch Ness monster or something.
Yeah,
fucking
like
South America.
Like the front end of that is an alligator, not a snake. That's just the alligator's tail. Jesus,
Bro,
the way, man, that is fucking freakish.
I gotta say, dude, if I saw that when I was out somewhere,
so
I would
it's
think
not.
that was some kind
it
of. It
looks bigger because it just ate something,
right?
Right. So that's why it's got the no. It's trying to. It just ate something. It's trying. The guy's fucking with it. So the anaconda is probably trying to spit up the thing. You can see the head. It's not that big. It's got a big belly full of whatever it just ate, and the dude's fucking with it. And it just wants to get away so it can digest whatever it just fucking ate. It's not that thick of a snake. It just ate something big. You can see the portion where it's like trying to digest whatever like baby, pig or goat or whatever it was that it just ate.
It's a pretty quick getaway too. Eating something
dude
big.
Yeah, well its options are spit it up and fight or get the fuck away. And dude, it looks big because of the portion that's coming up out of the water, but it's not a small snake anyway. I think they say that the biggest snake is not the anaconda, it's the reticulated python or some shit.
Is it?
They can get up to they can get slightly larger than the anaconda or longer. I don't know if it's heavier, but longer.
The first thing that comes up on Google is green anaconda at up to 550 pounds.
See, you're looking at weight. Look at length. Longest snake. In fact, look up longest black snake versus white woman.
Say search off, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Well, here's a picture that obviously is.
Oh, don't show that on the podcast, Drew.
That's not what you're thinking. Dude, they have all these pictures that are so obviously fake. Jesus Christ! This is like images that come.
It's got a big red circle on the portion of the image you're supposed to be looking at.
These are the pictures that come up.
That's 100% real.
You know what it makes me think though? How many fucking boomers come across these kinds of pictures?
I never knew that existed. That's why I never went to the South America, North America, America is the best America. See. That's similar to what we just saw. It's a big snake, but it just What is that? A fucking putt golf course? Jesus!
If you look at the last picture, you could see that they see the grasses. See, they just made her tiny. The grass is huge compared to her.
Yeah, like the leaves are like the size of her head.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. As I say with politics, you don't have to make shit up. It's stupid enough it's crazy enough on its own. You don't have to make up shit about Joe Biden or Donald Trump. There's enough actual shit out there that you don't need to make shit up. And it's the same for fucking wildlife and snakes and shit. You don't need to pretend.
One of those those Newsmax or OAN, one of those right wing things.
Oh, Donald Trump is talking about making his own OAN.
Oh God, it was one of those. They were spreading this conspiracy that Biden didn't really break his ankle, but they needed an excuse to put the boot on him so that they could cover up his ankle bracelet because he broke some law or something and got arrested.
Dude,
and I'm thinking, and I'm thinking what? Like they don't know where they know where he is at all times. He's got the Secret Service and shit. Like they don't need to put a fucking ankle bracelet on Biden.
Exactly. Like the idea that like you need to fake a broken ankle in order to cover your ankle monitor. That's something that like Jethro does, so he can still cover his shift at the Circle K. not so fucking like Joe Biden can be like hidden. It is OAN is ironically the same people that bitch and moan about MSNBC and CNN. Go watch OAN, and it's One America News. All right. And their One America has got a very central mindset, and that is Donald Trump. That is it. The OAN got into a press conference at the White House that they weren't even supposed to have gotten into. And Trump stopped another question so that he can ask them a question. And their question was, is it really racist to call it a Chinese virus if you call the food Chinese anyway? That was the question to Trump, because everyone was getting on him about calling it the China virus. They're like the Chinese virus, and they're like, well, isn't it just COVID-19 or coronavirus? So this bitch came in. Like not on the list, but added on afterwards by Trump. And he went out of his way to let her have a question. And she's like, but we already call it Chinese food. So isn't Chinese virus pretty accurate? Like when other people were asking real questions, like, hey, because this is back in the time when like testing was really, really, and by the way, it's still difficult. Anyone that wants a test can get a test if they're willing to fucking travel and sit in line forever. Like, this is the reason the fucking virus is going apeshit is because our government fucking blows.
And her second question was, is the Arctic like really big because the Antarctic would be small?
That's right.
Because it's
That's right.
Like an ant?
One would be warm, right? And then one would be cold? Oh my God. Maybe like, right? Okay. So basically, if you want to see the training for someone from OAN and how they became an anchor, you can watch the movie Clueless from like 1995.
I'm not an anchor. I don't even know how to sail. Okay.
Exactly. I don't think I swim, bitch. All right, next. I can't like if we covered all of the political shit we wanted to, you guys would get these jokes because people are fucking stupid. Really, really fucking stupid. Idiocracy was a fucking like a prophecy. All right, what's next, Drew?
I was just reading the comments. I
don't care about these comments.
Yeah,
all right, what do they say?
Excuse me for caring about our viewers, TJ.
Yeah. No.
I actually agree with
I believe the term is Karen. You're caring a little too much about our viewers.
I was just gonna say I agree with a lot of what Night Me is saying about the difference between Trump and Biden. Like going in, one of my biggest concerns with Biden is I think you're going to go back to what you saw under Obama, where it's just like media blackout on all like the horrible things, whereas it was the flip reverse for Trump. And I understand like Trump and Obama were completely different.
Okay,
people.
so that makes you question. That makes you. I'm sure it makes you question the media or whatever. But like, is it? Is it that like one guy's got to do something to make the media pay attention, the other like has to not do anything, or the media ignores their bullshit? Like, I guess that's a reason to care, but not enough reason for me to be like, I'm voting like this is my guy. Voting for one person over another when you feel like it's a 2-person option, like sure you can like cut it down to like small little details or whatever, but in the big scheme of things, are things like really different? No. And if you've convinced yourself that America will end because Biden, then you're a fucking idiot. No, but and there's no like getting through to you on a like here's the details like level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I agree, and the thing is, we are like the three of us, and even most of the people here are at least somewhat in that camp. So
for somewhat, we have people that are like, we had a group of people in here that were like Trump 2020 ain't gonna go any other way.
Yeah, but dude,
those people they drop that shit real fucking quick when they realize that's not how it's gonna be.
Right.
It's 100% talk. Look, and fuck the Democrats and all that.
But what I'm saying is like that's true, but obviously our Chad is overwhelmingly like left leaning, not Trump.
Kinda. I think. All right, you guys, let us know in the chat. If you are left leaning, put an L. If you're right leaning, put an R. And if you're independent, put an I. Cool. I consider myself independent. Okay, I'm left leaning, but I'm much more independent than I am left leaning.
I'm not saying okay. So look, but do you like what would you say if you had to think about like our audience? What would you put the ratio at between like left and right? Do you think it's anywhere close to
so out of 10, 70, I would say it's about 20% right wing, 20% independent, and 60% left leaning.
I would say that's closer. I would say probably like 90-10.
Well, I'm giving right because I know we have multiple people in here who might not even be might not consider right wing, but definitely like to the outside world would be considered right wing.
Okay,
mostly eyes.
The people in the chat that are doing the eyes, we're saying left or right leaning. We're not talking about parties.
So yeah, you're not Democrat or Republican. You either lean left, or you lean right, or you're independent. I consider myself, if I had to choose it, it would be like independent and left leaning. Like I definitely lean left. I'm not embarrassed about that. That is. I don't think that we should be making a profit off of healthcare. I don't think companies should be able to be the middleman for healthcare and make like billions of dollars. And if that in our society makes me left leaning, so be it. Like that doesn't bother me. If you think like that, if that's liberal speak to you, then like that's fine with me, and I'll be liberal in your eyes.
Okay, so look, the chat here, it's overwhelmingly.
I can't tell which are lowercase L's and uppercase I's, Drew. They're all of us. I should have thought this through better. God damn it.
True.
No, look. Like I respect everyone's opinions, and we've been over this earlier this show. Opinions are like I skew this way or I skew that way. But the moment that you're like, these people don't deserve rights because my religion doesn't agree with them, or like my political party doesn't like them or whatever. Like, fuck you. At that point, like I don't really care anymore. And I can safely put you in a category of like people who don't give a fuck about their opinion. That's just me. If you and I are having a discussion, right, and you're like, I like coffee, and I'm like, I like tea, and someone else is like, I like slavery. You know what I mean? Then their freaking their opinion is still valid. They can have their opinion. I just get to choose to be like, I can respect Drew not liking tea, right? But I can't respect Drew not liking tea and supporting slavery, because that is a basic, very basic human right. There's not a whole lot of basic human rights out there. We like to pretend like there are, but that is super basic. Like, if I'm gonna own you, I'm gonna at least pay for it. That and not a one-time fee. Like, I'm gonna pay you for your service, not for the total ownership of you. If we can't agree on that, I don't really care if we agree on any of the other shit.
Right. I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know who in like the modern age, not just in our chat. But
oh no, there's plenty.
Who in the modern age is arguing like slavery should be reinstated?
Okay. So not necessarily slavery being reinstated like verbatim,
right.
But you want to talk about like states' rights, or the dude. I literally know people. I work with people who take government money and cannot stand people that take government money.
Huh. Yeah, I work with some.
No, like, and not on a small scale. Like, I'm talking like you took the unemployment, you took the fucking, like, you take the food stamps, you take the fucking education for your kids, you one after another for social programs, and then when it comes to voting for the person that will help you with social programs, they're like, fuck the Democrats. And I'm like, hey, okay, so like, do I trust your judgment at that point? Because you obviously don't really give a fuck in a large scale. For me, look, my kids go to public school. I qualified for food stamps for a brief period of time. I also qualified for unemployment for a brief period of time for like 3 weeks during the beginning of the pandemic. I got paid like a couple $1,000s out of it, actually, because the federal government was giving $600. Because if it had been up to Florida, I'd have got $130 a week, which is nothing. But thanks to the federal fucking program, I got $600 a week on top of that. So then it actually mattered. So 3 weeks worth actually added up to a couple grand. And that helped me out immensely. Shit, I was still spending some of that money yesterday on Cyber Monday. You know what I mean? Like, but that's the thing, is I put that money back into the economy because I understand how economies work. Well, you give money to rich people, and they don't necessarily put it back in to like directly. If you give money to poor people, they don't have a choice.
Well,
you got bills to pay and fucking mouths to feed and shit like that. That money goes almost directly back. In fact, it's if you do the percentages for like every dollar you put in to programs like that, over $1, like slightly over $1, will go back into the economy because they end up spending that and then a little bit more.
I disagree. That's demand side economics.
Hold on,
that's
scratching my head. I'm not listening to you.
That's Keynesian broken window fallacy economics.
Sorry, all right, now I'm listening. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I disagreed. That's demand side economics. That's not actually. I don't think that's what long term spurs the economy. It's what's referred to as the broken window fallacy. Where basically, if we have somebody who goes around the village breaking all the windows, well, then it employs all the people who will go
hold on.
Make the new windows.
You can't hear that?
Hear what?
You can't hear that.
No.
Does anyone else hear anything? Okay, so do you have a window open for XSplit? Because I see here where T Prescription has donated, but I can't hear anything.
Okay. That was an entire. I listened to it is hold on, now it's doing the rest of it. Hold on.
Do you think that if I got a Japanese girlfriend, and she was like interested in what I wanted to do in bed, and I told her, "Look, why don't you get your family over here? I'm going to cut some holes in the wall."
I hear it like 3 times over now.
And get them to drop trout and stick their butts through the wall, and I'm going to start a game show on the other side.
You can see
and we're gonna,
the image, right?
Do a blindfolded taste test. You can see that it came through.
Yeah.
Like, do you think she would be into that?
I'm still hearing the audio. Hold on.
Yeah, thank you very much for interrupting that entire thing, TJ. I really appreciate it.
You have to give me a second. All right. So I'm literally listening to. Oh my God! Stop.
Dude, okay.
I'm listening to the whole thing come through, and then like midway through it starts again, and then 2 seconds after that it starts again. So I'm hearing it 3 times over. Okay. And on my end, I can't hear anything you guys are saying, while at the same time, I look like a crazy person.
Yeah, well,
listening to something that you can't hear.
Can you hear me right now?
I can hear you.
Okay, do you have some other window open or something? Because no one else but you can hear it, so it has to be something on your end.
I mean, I have the alert box page open on Streamlabs.
I would exit out of that. I would exit out of Streamlabs.
No. I mean, like it. Well, I didn't open the box. Like I didn't like start the thing. You know what I mean? Like it's all right. Fine. I'll totally exit out.
I just want TJ to be dreaming about butt wall porn and.
Dude, you didn't hear any of it because it's a butt wall porn one, and it's fantastic.
We heard we heard it once, like we're supposed to, and you talked during the whole time. So you actually
play it one more
interrupted
time.
it.
Play it one more time.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right. We only have 5 minutes of show left. We were about to get into Keynesian economics at 5 fucking minutes until the show ends.
I got another hour to blow, bro.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
I don't have another hour to blow.
Bro, this is what I was telling you about Dark Matter. He's just not into it anymore. He's just not into it like he used to be, bro. I don't know what. I'll have to try and figure this out before next time, guys. I apologize. I hear it on my end a ridiculous amount. It should be, especially after all the time I fucking spent setting it up. It should be better than this. Anyway, all right. So let's do this last nerve.
I think we're gonna do this one. Dark Matter sent this one. Is this? I don't know if this was a good last nerve or not.
Which one?
We take our
I
next
sent you
steps
some
into the
fantastic ones.
You must go forth into the world.
It is with passion, courage of conviction,
courage in your conviction,
and
most importantly,
have faith in yourself.
Be true to yourself.
We did it!
I did it.
He fucking plagiarized the goddamn.
That makes me want to listen to Herman Cain and the Pokemon shit. Because Herman Cain plagiarized the Pokemon song.
Oh my god, really? I don't remember.
Yeah,
that.
you remember that?
No.
Look up Herman Cain Pokemon. Dude, fantastic. By the way, Herman Cain's Twitter's still going strong. So don't let him tell you nothing different.
This is what Shirt Son and the Chad we've seen trickle up economics film basically every level. This is why we're going to have to eventually just have some kind of economic debate because trickle up is just again we don't have much time for this. Trickle up economics is basically a straw man that no one in supply side economics actually uses that as a term. It's usually used to straw man.
Sure. And by the way, Stephen James is saying, "Send me the link, TJ. I rejoined as a member." Okay. I will send it to you now, but realize why I didn't send it to you before, right? Right? You don't get to pay me $5 and then get like unlimited lifetime membership. It's not how this shit works. I'm glad you understand that. I'm gonna send you the fucking Streamlabs link after this show is over.
I believe these words came from the Pokemon movie.
Oh, well, at least
the
he's citing
media
it.
pointed that out. I'm not sure.
No, I think he gave this speech already. Got called out for it, and now he's giving it again with credit.
Gotcha.
But it says a lot about where I am with my wife and my family, and where we are as a nation.
Dead.
Life can be a challenge. Life
Pretty
can
big
seem
challenge for you. Oh, I shouldn't say that.
impossible. It's never easy when there's so much on the line. But you and I can make a difference.
Was that it?
Is that the entire clip that you got? Oh no. He's admitting to it here, but he gave the full speech. And it's just like the last clip you showed, they go back and forth between him saying it and
It is clear from the discussion
Pokemon
tonight
layers.
that America needs a leader and a uniter. I represent growth. All of the issues that we talk about, if we don't get this economic engine moving by putting fuel in the engine, all of the rest of it won't matter. A poet once said, life can be a challenge. Life can seem impossible. But it's never easy when there's so much on the line. We have a lot on the line. Send Washington a message and send a business problem solver to Washington, D.C.
Congressman Paul.
Didn't they catch some like Iranian politician singing like the Beatles? It was basically Beatles lyrics, like the entire time through some time back in the day. Anyway, we'll cover that next time.
Well, in Shirt Son, apparently he cut out after we had a little back and forth there. He said, it's not a straw man, it's what happened in real life. The wealthy got wealthier while we wither. I said, we'll discuss it in the future. Told straw man. He said, what was it? Hold on here. LOL, have fun supporting poor people dying, Drew. Piece of shit. And then he left.
Look.
Apparently, that's
having economic, disagreements is not like wanting people to die necessarily, but at the same time, like necessarily. But like Jeff Bezos from like 2007 to 2020 increases growth like 100 times.
Yeah.
Right, and he went from having like 2.9 billion to fucking like 290 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What did the minimum wage? Did the minimum wage go up? No.
The
Federal minimum wage has been $7.25 stuck throughout. Now, while everything else fluctuates, while milk prices go up, bread prices go up, like everything else goes up.
Why do they go
up? The minimum wage stays the fucking stagnant.
Okay, why do they go up? Because there's a banking cartel imposed by the government that inflates the price of everything. The government rigging the game for Jeff Bezos is why it went up. I'm saying there shouldn't be a minimum wage. There shouldn't be a government, is what I'm saying.
But my question is, if there's a minimum wage, but there's no maximum wage, and then at the same time, the people who do have those high wages get to pay into politicians who keep them paying no taxes.
Right.
Almost like no, and at that point, how many people got to lose out before they care? But the question is, do they even care? Because all these stupid motherfuckers are like, bitch, I got Prime, I'm good, I don't need. I'm happy making fucking $8 an hour because I got Prime, or you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like we live in a simplistic a society full of people who think they're tough. Like, I'm American, I'm a tough guy, I got a fucking Glock and all that. And at the same time, they're like, can you please send me my groceries? I don't feel like going to the grocery store. You know, we live in a fucking whacked out society that you shouldn't expect anything but to be as divided as we are, I guess is my point. Like, as divided as the country should be is where we're at, because the direction we're going, it's not going to get any more like, this is where we come together. Like, that's just not going to happen, man. We're in a society of like, I can't afford my fucking eggs versus, oh man, I don't feel like going and getting eggs. I think I'll just have them delivered to me. And like, that makes for some shady circumstances in the long run. It might seem okay in the short term, but again, we don't think long term in America. And that's not presidential or anything. That's just like us as a society. We are spoiled, and we are used to things going our way. I think it'll be. We'll get a rude awakening sometime soon.
So we have one more comment here from Shirt Son, who's talking about me saying I'm still a racist, who now also hates poor people. Used to be at least on the right side of economic issues. Now he's just wrong on everything. So racist and hates poor people. But by the way, dude, this I'm not even upset about it because this is Like, so often the conversations I have when I start talking to people about like economics or some of the issues that I disagree, I'm not on the left. That I disagree with people. That is like so common having those conversations with people. As soon as you're like, well, no, there shouldn't be like the theft and coercion by a violent monopoly that redistributes your wealth. It's just like, well, you fucking hate poor people, and that I'm racist. Okay.
I don't agree there that it's like you hate poor people, but if there are people, if you're out there doing that whole like pull yourself up by your bootstraps without thinking about anything else on top of that, like anyone could do anything, like everyone's life is a fucking Disney movie. Like, I totally get that. It's fucking unrealistic.
No, I agree.
That's not how shit works.
No, it's.
But if you want to say like I want to reward, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just like trying to maybe make a point. But the idea that like you should be able to just like I don't feel like working and still fucking eat your your good dinners and get all the fucking toys for Black Friday and all the shit you need for Christmas. Like look, man, I work my ass off too. And I consider myself pretty liberal. But here I guess this is the difference, and we'll end the show on this. The bare minimum. Just the bare minimum. You want to talk about like, well, healthcare costs this and that. Dude, other countries manage to fucking cover the bare minimum with their taxes. And it's because they don't fund, 10,000 fucking F-16 or, the newest jets are on the, they focus more on their like, look, you'll pay a little bit more in taxes, and we'll cover a little bit more on our end, but everyone will get fucking a bare minimum health care. And if you don't like that bare minimum, you can pay extra to get like higher fucking health care from a private company or whatever.
Right.
That bare minimum, it doesn't have to be high. Sure, it doesn't even have to be medium, but there needs to be a fucking bare minimum if you want to call yourself a fucking like first world country that gives a shit about its citizens.
I disagree. I think there needs to be freedom for people to make those decisions without government rigging the game against.
But there's people, you have to understand, Drew, that the decision is already made for a lot of people. If you are a child in a low income home, the decision is not up to you anymore. If whether you get to eat today, or whether you get to go see a doctor when you're sick. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's the bare minimum. When I say why? Because a bare minimum in a society, if you want to call yourself American and not just like Druin, like if I'm in the Drew society, then fine, we can live by Drew rules. But if I want to call myself an American that gives a shit about my fucking fellow Americans, and we all look after each other, and all that's the idea.
That's the problem. That right there is that whole we have to look after each other thing is what empowers this system to where we impose on each other.
I mean,
and that's what makes it wrong.
So here's the thing, Drew. Anytime that there is a system, the system is run by people, not person. And otherwise, it's called dictatorship. Well, if you listen, hear me out.
Good.
So, if you live in a system, the system is supposed to work for everybody, not just a small majority of the people or a small minority of the people or any of that shit. So, if you want to live in a society, like, look. If you think you can pave your own road to drive on,
I don't.
And then that's the thing. So and you can provide your own security force instead of the police. And you can exactly all these things we rely on as a society, right? We rely on these basic bare minimums. That's dark matter. Can you chime in? Do you think that bare minimums are a terrible thing?
Well. He can answer that, but what I'm telling you right there is you're assuming that there has to be a coercive monopoly that steals money from people. and lives outside of all the moral
Absolutely.
norms of
Sure.
the rest of society.
Absolutely.
And I say no, there doesn't have to be that.
You can say no if you want, but like saying no doesn't make, like, my neighbor's car got stolen earlier today. The cops showed up within fucking 5 minutes. They took a full report, did all that
Sometimes
shit.
they do. Sometimes they show up and they shoot your dog and they kill your fucking family member. Okay. So what do we do?
Sure. But the idea is that there's someone, a bare minimum. The idea here is not the bare minimum is they get your car back. The idea here is the bare minimum is there's a number you can call, so somebody gives a shit.
Okay, so what you're telling me is without a coercive monopoly that steals your money and everyone else's, you work from January to April every year.
Dude, do you want to call Walmart to get your car back?
But imagine this scenario where you didn't have a coercive monopoly that ran your fucking protection service for you. Imagine if you actually subscribe to it like you subscribe to anything else.
So your idea is that we should subscribe to police like we do Amazon Prime.
Why not?
I'll tell you why not. Because police is not something that you like. If my neighbor's house is on fire, my fucking house is connected to my neighbor.
Right.
So if my neighbor's house goes on fire and they don't have firefighter Prime, I don't feel like I need to have that to fucking keep my house from catching on fire.
Right.
And if my neighbor has their fucking shit broken into, I don't need them to have Cop Prime in order to fucking you are. It's what you're saying. You're saying that the government can't do it or shouldn't do it, and that you should be able to do it on a private level. And if a private citizen does not have the fucking extra, is that not what you're saying?
No, but I'm saying that's one method you could go through to get that. You could also have things that are included in your HOA fees, things that are included in your community.
I already pay an HOA fee. They don't fucking cover the cops.
You know why? Because the cops have a fucking monopoly on law enforcement. I'm saying.
So you're saying defund the police is what you're saying.
I'm saying abolish government mandated police. I'm saying you could have this in a private sector where you have an option.
I would
imagine.
I think that my liberal ideologies are far outweighed by your libertarian ideologies and things that will never fucking happen.
Well, I just think that, Drew, it'll end up being the same thing by a different name. It'll be a government, it'll be corporate proxy. It'll still be like a government. I just think that government
exactly, in the private sector.
It'll just be inevitable.
Walmart does it rather than the fucking government does it. Is it really different?
It's not Walmart, and yes, it is different because government is a coercive monopoly, whereas Walmart, you actually
whereas a private business cannot be a coercive monopoly.
I mean, we
literally see private businesses trying to be coercive monopolies on a daily basis.
But why? But why? This is what I'm trying to tell you. Why?
Because their business is trying to make them maximize profit.
They could buy out all the competition.
Exactly,
and
be done with it, and make maximized profits. It's super simple.
No, it's not super simple because right now the game is rigged by a federal cartel in banking.
Look! Fuck the government. But the idea that the fucking private companies are going to do such a better job is like the idea that Biden is going to do better than Trump, or Trump is going to do better than Hillary. It's all some like weird ideology that you've got yourself stuck into. No. It's not actually going to change shit. It's just going to reword shit.
Well, do me a favor, but before y'all attack that, I understand that especially for you guys, that seems as more like a radical idea. What I would really recommend is actually listening and looking into anything that goes against a status sort of like corporatist system that we have. When the ideas I'm talking about, I understand. Like, if you are not in any way familiar with those, it sounds fucking radical. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, like, dude, there is a whole world of knowledge and understanding on those all those little details of how these things can conceivably work out. Even things like monopolies. Monopolies only exist because of government. We have a banking cartel, and we have a government.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, that is terribly wrong. Monopolies exist because that is the natural order of business, to buy out the lower and smaller companies until you own it all. And that is why we have government and level laws against monopolies.
Dude, listen to me for a second. Imagine that you could be wrong about that. And you are dead wrong about that.
Sure.
Okay, but if a market is it's gonna be competition. Like there has to be winners, there has to be losers, and if that keeps going on and on and on, eventually you're gonna end up with one winner.
How are you going to?
You're going to have the big
when there's a constant game without the government.
Okay, Comcast. Who is going to come into competition with Comcast when they already have 90% of the business and all of the infrastructure?
Why do they have 90? Why do they have 90% of the business and the infrastructure?
Because they have bought out the politicians who are supposed to call out their monopolies.
Dude, just do me a favor and spend any time looking into why monopolies cannot exist.
You're assuming that I haven't looked into that shit already.
You've proven that by everything you're saying here.
No.
Governments exist to stop monopolies.
I have a business degree that is literally like, this is the worst part about fucking right wingers sometimes. Right wingers seem to think that no. I'm not even talking about you. I'm talking about this argument in general that comes from the same argument that comes from a different group. And the reason it's bullshit, like the reason that you can think that like anytime the government fucking steps in at all is terrible shit, is because the government has stepped in and done stupid shit previously, which means like it's a fucking free for all to say like anytime the government steps in, it's bullshit. Well, that is bullshit. The private companies over and over and over again have overstepped their fucking bounds and fucked people over. The original Teflon, if you've never seen this documentary, I can't remember what the fuck it's called, but the original like fucking non-stick fucking shit that they put in pans, you know, they had factories where women and people worked there, and they just dumped the excess into the fucking river, right? Why? And then all the fucking people, because there's no regulation, Drew. And then the people that fucking work there, like is the idea that like the next fucking non-stick pan company is going to do a better job for a higher price, and then that people are going to go to them because they do a better job with the environment or some shit. Like it's a way more complicated process than just understanding that the company tried to make money. They did it by cutting corners. The people that worked for them have fucking like a terribly fucking. Listen. I'm struggling for the word, but their children are fucking deformed and shit because they worked with a fucking company that said it's safe to do this, it's fine to do this, and it fucking worked that way, and they had deformed children until someone said, hey, this is not fucking okay. And if that's what it takes, if saying like I got a cheaper Teflon pan and only fucking 1,600 kids had to be like born deformed for it, I guess that's the real question. How much money do you need to save or to make yourself feel better about all the fucking people that had to suffer to make it fucking cheap for you? Why don't we just become China? We'll just become China with no fucking rules, no regulations, no minimum wages, no nothing, and we'll just let fucking children slave over shit so that we can be competitive. That's what I'm saying. Dude, it's late.
This is the problem, is because all I'm doing is listening, and all you're doing is talking, and I get I get 5 goddamn words out, and then you go on a rant. 5.
I'll give you 5 or as much time as you want to take. I'll be quiet.
All I need to do right here is just say like, who owns the fucking rivers? Why does pollution happen overwhelmingly on government land? Because government regulates or rents out the rights to consume on those lands. That's
I
what
guess
happens. When the drilling happens on a government land, what fucking incentive does a private business have to maintain
the quick
fucking
response
land
is
that
the government sucks, Drew. But that doesn't like solve the issue. That just means that like what we're trying to solve the issue with also sucks. It doesn't mean that like because the government sucks, our current government sucks at doing it, therefore government sucks all.
Because government is going to suck in the sense that it is a coercive monopoly using force and stealing money. Dude, you were working, you, me, and Dark Matter. I don't know exactly what Dark Matter does aside from his videos, but your average American works from January to April just to pay their dues to a coercive monopoly that forces that on them. You have to do that, or they will lock you in a fucking cage.
I don't think that we can get that realistically that they're like, I think government is inevitable.
Exactly.
No matter what.
Name one society that exists without fucking any form of government.
Okay, so look, if your complaint about that is that government is inevitable, then that means the problem is that we might end up having a government in the future. So the problem is, what about the government now? That steals that money from us that is racked up at $27.4 trillion.
And the answer is the government now sucks. I've explained that. The government we have totally blows. I am not arguing that the system we have is great. And you have a lot of very valid points. I am not anti-capitalist. You have very fucking valid points. The government should fucking take into consideration shit on a better level. However, the government stepping in and saying, hey, how about not poisoning the water for the people living downstream from you? Is not fucking like socialist, like anti-capitalist craziness.
No,
that's just like basic level bullshit.
No, it's not, because you have bought into this idea that you need a coercive monopoly like government.
I bought into the idea that I need fucking clean water to drink, bro.
Okay, bro, you don't need to have your wealth plundered by an organization that is bombing 7 countries.
I don't give a fuck about the wealth, Drew. I give a fuck about having clean water.
Yeah,
the wealth of I will pay the government fucking half of my money if I can get clean fucking water and some roads to drive on.
Do me a favor. Can you just relax, have the conversation? Because what I'm telling you, I want that as well. Okay. But you understand?
No, you don't. You want a private company to do all that shit for you.
You understand?
And as long as there's no government involved, you'll be happy no matter how bad it is.
Again, this is why we can't have a conversation, because you won't shut the fuck up and listen. I'm sorry. I gotta just come right out and say that, bro. You won't just listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not hurt about it. Go ahead, man.
Every time
I'm muting myself right now.
Okay. Well, you understand that you can have a system of arbitration without the coercive monopoly. You have communities that can have that setup. Okay, you can have roads. You can have people that, dude, think what the private sector is able to do with cars. All the different cars, all the different internal things that go on in the combustion engine, and all the shit that goes on in the inner workings of a car. They can mass produce these things. They can fill demands all across the goddamn planet. And you're saying, well, we have to have government because who's going to make the flat shit with paint on it to drive these things on? You don't necessarily.
You realize, real quick, you realize that we've had cars that had design flaws that were so deadly that the government had to step in.
The government had to step in to stop the design flaws in the cars.
Yeah, like putting fuel tanks like behind the back bumpers, causing fires all the time. The government had to say, stop doing that. And then the government had to say, like, hey, you should probably all wear seatbelts. And did all the companies say, like, hey, we're all going to do seatbelts, but ahead of the government? No. Or airbags or anything else. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's simple shit that we've, like a 40-hour work week. You think your 40-hour work week came to be because your company decided it was good?
Yes, Henry Ford did that with his industry. You got a 40-hour work week with
do you work for Henry fucking Ford?
No, but the reason it happened is because he used this as a way
and it was adopted by the fucking government.
Again, are we seeing this here? That I talked for 3 seconds and you interrupt me, bro?
Dude, it's because you're like, Henry Ford did that. And I'm like, yeah, and the government adopted it. And you're like, but the government sucks. But the government adopted the
government didn't have to adopt
shit.
That. Okay, do you think, and again, we're going way too long, but do you think that a 40-hour work week is the mandatory set for the country?
What about what Troll Jones says, that it comes from unions? I've heard that as well.
That it comes from unions. Well, what
Yeah.
are the unions doing? The reason Henry Ford offered this is because it was a better business practice and a better standard that attracted people to come and work for him. He also paid them significantly more than he was. There was no minimum wage at the time, so that's what it is. And the competition, because workers compete, or businesses compete for labor the same way they compete for everything else in the market. They need workers in order to make their money, and they have to pay their workers what their workers are willing to work for. That's how this works in a market. Dude, this is
it is. Look, I went to school for not to. This will be the last thing I say on it. I went to school for business. I have a very good understanding of how business runs. I personally would not start a business if I had to fucking like treat my employees like slaves in order to make my business run. Other people are not as fucking like, they don't have the, they don't give a shit. They'll just do what the fuck ever.
I agree.
Walmart literally started paying their employees more for no other reason than it would save them money on training. Because paying minimum wage, people would leave the job for any other minimum wage job.
Yeah, unless
when they paid them more, they like. I'm not disagreeing with you on any points here. I'm just saying.
Why though?
When they started paying them more, they saved money by paying their employees more. But it was counterintuitive. They didn't want to do it for fucking years. They were like refusing to do it, and then finally they fucking caved in because they realized how much money they were spending on training and shit, and it would save them money just to pay the people they trained a little bit better to stick around.
Yeah, no,
like that is it, and it's the same for government. It seems counterintuitive in a lot of fucking aspects. Look, fuck the government, fuck private companies. They're all out to fucking like make a buck off of you, all of them. I'm not disagreeing with Drew that like I am not like fuck private companies altogether and love the government. Fuck them both, just like the political parties. Fuck them both. Okay, I just need you to understand my perspective is that I like for my, especially from a like personal standpoint, I have busted my ass for God knows how many companies and not been like given the proper restitution in nearly any case. And the idea that given free reign, they would just look after me is a fucking laughable joke.
Never said that at all. What
I didn't say you did, but like that's the end scheme here.
But when you keep saying this, and when I tell you I never said that, you're like, oh well, but like maybe people will think that. The thing is, you're arguing with me about this.
Sure.
With me, like I'm not hammering you with stuff that like fucking Democratic socialists say.
You could hammer me with shit liberals would say.
Maybe, but or I could just address your arguments as you make them, because the two of us are here and we can argue with each other. I'm not talking about somebody out in the abstract. I'm talking about, for instance, like what you're saying. What I'm saying is the difference between the private sector and government. If a private sector business in an actual free market where the government's not rigging the game for them, the only way they make money is by providing you something that you value more than your money. The drink you're drinking right now, you valued that drink, whether you bought it in a pack or not. You valued that collection of drinks more than you valued the amount of money you paid for them. That business who makes those drinks only makes money if they can convince you that their product is worth more to you than your money.
Sure.
Government is the exact opposite of that. They steal your money whether you want to support something or not.
Can you tell me why I spend my money on car insurance even though I drive safely?
Yeah, well, depending on what you have for car insurance. I know me, I have the absolute bare minimum that the state forces me to have.
Exactly, me as well. And that's state enforced. Do you think the state enforced that for their own reasons, or do you think they enforced that because they were lobbied to do it by insurance companies?
I would imagine. Well, would you really doubt that lobbying from insurance companies affected that?
And that's why I say government sucks.
Okay,
I agree that government fucking sucks. We all agree there, but we have to also agree that doesn't mean that private companies are awesome.
But again,
government sucking the government sucking at doing war doesn't mean that you have
Again, you're arguing with me. You're not arguing with somebody that says everything a private business does is going to be awesome.
No, I'm following I'm following the logical argument conclusion.
But
I guess,
but it's really not though. You see, if a private company offers me something that I don't see to be in my benefit, I have the option of not giving them my money.
Okay, so on the
option with government.
Sure, on the way to work, your road is no longer public; it's private, and there's going to be $7 in tolls on the way there. You have a choice to walk, Drew. You don't have to drive down the road.
Well, and that's
but you have a choice to walk.
And that's to say that it's going to be $7 to get there. Why would I not have like some kind of a package to use the roads over a monthly fee or something like that?
No, I drive toll roads all the time here in Florida, where they literally sell the fucking roads to other countries to collect on it. They can make a profit on it.
Again, I live in Texas. We have a shitload of toll roads here. And
okay, so imagine there's 7 new tolls between you and work.
Well, and again, honestly, I would love that because even though here we have what's called, I don't know, do y'all have Easy Tag?
Yeah, E-Pass.
Okay,
so you would be thrilled to pay $10 extra to go to work because it's privately owned.
Yeah, I can't imagine where you're going. That's not anywhere close to what we're paying here. When I use them, and they will even send me a bill. I don't even have an Easy Tag, but they'll send me a bill, and it's like, dude, like $6 over running the fees like a dozen times.
I run $10 a day sometimes. $10 a day on tolls that are like, I'm already paying taxes for these roads. Now I'm paying tolls on top because they've sold them out to private companies. And the private company will tell you like, look, we're going to add an extra toll, but we'll lower all the tolls by 25 cents to make it even. Right. And then a month later, they raise all the tolls by 25 cents and you're paying an extra $1.25 to go the same fucking route you were before. And it's just over and over and over again.
Right.
And look, again, you could be ecstatic as you want about paying extra tolls or paying extra here or there. If you have a kid and you just cannot wait to pay 10 grand a year in tuition, that's fine for you. I can't afford that. My kid needs to go to a fucking public school. It needs to be fucking funded. This kind of shit needs to happen if you want to live in a smart society. Because by the way, even if you can't afford, we're almost done here. Even if you can't afford to send your kid to a private school, he'll grow up in a society of idiots who couldn't afford.
Yeah, but it doesn't take.
He'll drive over bridges that were built by people that didn't fucking go through calculus or any of that shit.
I completely disagree with you because right now you're living in a society of idiots, as you more than anybody else here will attest to.
I totally admit it.
90% of those people go to public schools where they don't learn shit and they come out not even being able to earn a wage.
Here's where I got you, bro. Here's where I got you. I never said it was fucking perfect or even near it. It's fucked beyond all kinds of shit. That the government is fucked beyond all kinds of shit.
Agreed.
It can be improved.
Agreed, but you did just say without public schooling, people would turn out to be idiots. We have public schooling. 90% of American kids go to public schooling.
I think you misquoted me there. I mean, more people would be more uneducated if we didn't have it.
I disagree.
Right? I mean, that's pretty obvious.
I think you would have much more competition in education. You would have better.
Sure. We're gonna forever disagree on this shit, but we will happily continue it on the next episode.
Yeah, we went over long here.
Drew, I need you to know that I never purposely disrespect you or anything. Your opinion. I picked Drew for this podcast because he's always been well argued in his opinions of shit, and while his opinions have changed, my opinion of him has not. I love Drew to death. I don't want anyone to think any less of Drew or myself for any of these opinions we have. These are healthy conversations, and I fucking love having them. So thank you, Drew, for being patient with me. I know I cut you off a lot, man.
And for anybody listening, you can think less of me as much as you want to.
No, don't you fucking dare. It's not fair to like having an opinion like we went over earlier. This is coffee and tea shit. This is not like you don't think I should have the right to vote or some shit. That's a different level. This is coffee and tea, difference of opinion, and we can. Drew has changed my mind on countless fucking things. Drew over the years has made me a believer in all kinds of things that I never thought I would be. I respect Drew to an utmost degree, and I apologize again for cutting you off all the time. I know I'm super talkative and excited.
It really is. It's how debate goes.
But I want you to know that I love you, buddy.
Yeah.
I really do.
And dude, I'm right back at you, man. I'm just saying, like, I don't. Look, we talked about this earlier. Like, opinions are what you base. They're like, my opinions are going to be what you guys base your thoughts on me or whatever.
Sure.
If you take that down to like me as on like a human level or whatever, the thing is, it's entirely your prerogative. I completely disagree with almost everybody in our chat all the time.
But he still sticks it out. He's a good guy,
dude. It's like I love hearing the ideas. I love battling out the ideas. I love having the conversation.
And I have a ton of respect for that, man.
Yeah,
ton.
I think
look,
a bit more of that.
I think we can all agree that we all fucking love Drew. We all love TJ, and we all fucking hate Dark Matter. So give us a big thumbs up for that, and that'll be the end of the show. We may continue this on a future show. Shit is always fun. This is why I started this podcast, is for these kind of conversations. So I appreciate your patience, Drew, and your look, nobody. Anyone out there that expects Drew to lie about his feelings in order to make them feel better should be questioning their own prerogatives, because Drew has been nothing but honest. So that you can't give him like any flack for anything. Like, you may disagree, but you disagree on the points, not for just being honest.
That's fair. And I would say the same about you guys. I think I would have quit doing the show a long time ago if I thought it wasn't about honesty and exchanging ideas.
Dude, Drew is I've told you this before, but I can't imagine doing this podcast with anyone else. Like I had a couple other people before I found Drew.
The dick sucking section.
Well, I'm just saying that it just wouldn't have been the same, and it wouldn't have lasted. It might have lasted a year or two, but Drew, I was looking for someone that like had that like, stand up for yourself kind of mentality, and Drew is that guy. So if you don't like Drew, fine, give me your money.
And vice versa.
And vice versa as well. No, seriously, Drew is a fantastic motherfucker. And Tyler, my neighbor, he's the same. We don't get along on a ton of ideas, but it doesn't mean we can't be like awesome friends that like discuss all kinds of shit. And it's what everyone should aim to be. So Drew, thank you again for being an awesome motherfucker. Dark Matter, go fuck yourself, and we will see you motherfuckers next Tuesday.
Later, guys.
Good night.
Bye-bye. We love you. God loves you. He really does. Bye-bye for today. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye for today.
Bye-bye. We love you.